Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dev Videos, and I'm bringing you today for the second half of the stream, Starsector. And we're going to be starting a new character here on the newest update. I believe it's 0.96a, or 0.1a, 96.1a. Long story short, the link to this game is down in the description if you have not heard of it. It is a wonderful indie game that has been in development since somewhere in the 2010s. I picked up my copy in early 2012, and I have played this game an immense amount since then. We're going to turn off help pop-ups. We're going to go ahead and create our character real quick. We have Dev Videos. We're going to pick one of these lovely individuals. You know what? I kind of want to be this dude, but we're going to pick a random guy there. All right, we're this lady. All right. We're Spiky Lady. Spiked collar lady with the shaved sides of the head and mohawk. We look like a raider from Fallout is what we look like. We're going with a normal size star system or sector and mixed age. And I love this right here is the seed down here if you ever want to play with, in the exact same place that I am. And we're going to move along to during the game. We'll do a little bit of explaining as we go. But right now, we're generating our character. And we get to decide our background real quick. So, our most recent occupation was as a bounty hunter, commanding a wolf-class frigate, a scavenger, commanding a wayfarer-class combat freighter, an explorer, leading a salvage expedition from aboard an Apogee-class cruiser, faster start, also easier, arguably, a mercenary, leading a small force from aboard a Hammerhead-class destroyer, a freelancer, doing whatever jobs you were even able to find, randomized start. You know what? I think I'm good enough at this game. I'm gonna go with random start. It says it's a little bit easier, but campaign difficulty, we're gonna go normal. Wait, there's a difficulty option? There's a difficulty option in this game? Since when? Maybe there was last time. I just don't remember. Anyway, and we're gonna start with a tutorial. We're playing unmodded, so if you do know this game, you know it has an extensive modding community. We are playing unmodded with the new update. I'm curious what is in the new update. I haven't really looked, honestly. And we're going to go ahead with the tutorial just because it gives us a good start for a lot of stuff here. And we're going to actually try and do kind of a story run. So we are going to just kind of go about the galaxy and do whatever it is we're going to do here, or about the sector and do whatever it is we do. But we are going to try and do the main story missions, specifically. Welcome to the Persian sector. Your fleet is in the middle of nowhere and critically low on supplies. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. We have a Hammerhead destroyer. We have 2 wolf frigates, one of which has a defect. We have a Buffalo freighter and a Dram tanker. This one stores fuel, this one stores cargo, and these 3 are combat ships. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge ability. Search for useful cargo. Scavenging requires heavy machinery, but there is some in your cargo holds. Gained ability, scavenge. Make sure to take all supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. To get your fleet moving, click on empty space in the direction you want to move. And the salvage field is right up here. And we can use shift to speed up time. There you go. A fleet. We're not going to be reading all of these all the time because, like, for example, every time we scavenge, it's going to be the same thing. The thing to look out for here is this keyword right here. This indicates how likely we are to find something useful inside. And this one down here represents the amount of danger it poses to our people. So, for the moment, we'll read through the whole thing since it's the first one we've done. Your fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value could be found inside. There are indications that what salvage is to be had may not be easy to get to, and there's significant risk involved in running a salvage operation. We can assess or we can leave. We're going to assess. So this goes into a little bit further detail. So we have 80 crew, or we have 108 crew, and we require 80 crew. It requires 30 heavy machinery, and we have 10. So without that extra heavy machinery, we can do some here, but our effectiveness is down to 25%. As you can see, heavy machinery is available is about 30%, about 33% of what it wants, and we only have. So there's that reduction there. We have no extra salvaging skill. We have no fleet salvaging capability. We have exactly the amount of crew available, and the debris field density is 0.43. Density of debris field affects both the amount of resources and the number of rare items found. We're gonna go ahead and begin salvage operations. This is a little bit risky, but we can take care of this. We lost 6 crew, which we have extra of, so that's okay, and 4 heavy machinery, but We turn up some valuable supplies, some fuel, and some heavy machinery, and we have more than enough cargo space to take everything here. Press F5 to do a quick save and advance the tutorial. Alright, we're gonna probably forget to do that a lot. Pirate fleet is approaching. First, you'll spot it as a sensor contact, and then as an unidentified fleet, and then when it gets very close, you'll see its true colors. Don't worry, the pirate ship is a shoddy rust bucket, and if you do lose, you can press F9 to quick load. We should not lose. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recovering CR, or combat readiness, consumes supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach, then defeat them. Maybe we can speed up time to make them come faster. Now I can fly towards them. Rogue Miner. Oh no, a little combat freighter. So, once again, we're not going to go through all this stuff all the time. Pirate ship maneuvers in to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear to be certain of your identity, and hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. So, we can attempt to flee, we can engage them, or we can talk to them. There's this option down here, which we will get to later, as we currently don't have the ability to do any of these things down here. We'll open a comm link. The spacer steals food to feed his family, his comrades. They call it piracy. If that makes me a pirate, then I'd rather be a pirate than some poor tool saluting the Phoenix. Alright, Solomon Gal, rank captain. Warlord? I don't believe you at all that you're a warlord. But, we'll move into engage. We'll transfer command off of my ship. So one thing we can do here is we can see how much CR it takes per deployment here. And including the bottom there, which is deployment recovery cost per supplies. Basically, they do the math for you here. And so we can say that deploying this ship is going to cost 10 supplies in the long run. Deploying one of these takes 5. Deploying this one takes 4. What is the DMOD on this? Degraded shields. Alright, we're going to transfer command. And we're going to take command of the defective assault frigate. Because I'm a pretty experienced pilot. I could take this guy down with just one of these things. And this is also really a lot of firepower for the job we are about to do. Like, he's in a rusty old Cerberus. We have a full-blown combat freighter. Combat frigate, I should say. Simple and easy. Very easily done. We're just going to pick him off with our light blaster. Nope. Or our IR pulse laser. And then we're going to do a little bit of a spin. Because why not? Because I can. There you go. Relationship with pirates reduced by 3. Oh no. The pirates don't like us as much. And we get a little bit of money. We got 189 credits for taking this guy down. We also get to pick through his wreckage. And when you defeat a big ship, they'll sometimes create a scavenge field there. Press F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. Alright then. You gained a level. You gain 1 skill point with each level up and an additional point at the start of the campaign. You also gain story points as you gain experience. These can be used to take exceptional actions to make your own story, in a way. Tutorial will introduce these a bit later. Skill points are used to learn skills. Skills are arranged in 4 aptitudes: combat, leadership, technology, and industry. Each aptitude has a number of tiers. You advance to the higher tiers by picking skills from the lower ones. Skills that affect your piloted ship, all combat skills, and a few skills and other aptitudes can be made elite at the cost of a story point. Maximum level you can reach is 15. Used to be much higher, but I do miss those days. But if you could reach level 30, you'd be able to get all the abilities. That's why you can't do it now. Continue. Press C to open the character tab and consider your options. You don't have to actually spend the points if you don't want to. We are definitely spending the points. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do on this run. I know the story involves a decent amount of combat, so for right now, let's spec at least 1 point into combat and probably 1 point into technology. Let's see. Maneuverability and top speed is very good. Let's see. Peak operating time is very good. Combat readiness degradation is good. Maximum combat readiness is also very good. Minus damage taken. This one's okay, but honestly, I kind of don't use that one very often. Damage control. Minus 25% damage taken. Hull damage taken. 50% crew loss during hull damage in combat. Faster combat weapon engine repairs. That one's okay. Damage taken by shields. It's been a while since I played, so I gotta kind of relearn what all the ones do. Damage taken by shields is very good on high-tech ships. Low-tech ships, yeah. Damage to fighters and missiles, gives us integrated point defense AI and defensive targeting array. Defensive targeting array is not bad. That increases fighter PD range. Just damage to destroyers, cruisers, and capital ships. That one's very good. That one's very good. Basically means if you're a small ship, you do more damage to everything bigger than you. And it's just a general, it's just a straight damage boost across the board. It's very good. Damage dealt by ballistic weapons and plus 10 ballistic weapon range, and then elite is ballistic projectile speed. And these we can't get until we get at least 4 of the lower skills. I think we are going to grab helmsmanship, because that's my go-to. And then, as far as technology goes, I think we're going to grab... there's so many good ones here. Definitely going to go with navigation, because that's very good. That one gives us a +1 maximum burn level, and increases maximum burn bonus of the sustained burn ability by 1, which is huge. Absolutely enormous, and also minus 30% train movement from penalty from all actual train for my entire fleet. That is very big. It means you're going to be able to chase people down through nebulas much easier, and we are going to spend a point to make this elite. There we go. Confirm that, and there we go. Alright. Shortly after dispatching the pirates, you receive a tight beam communication from the system's main inhabited world, Ankria. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact Station Commander Evans as soon as possible. Let's lay in a course for Ankria. You don't need to do this now, or don't need to do this to travel, but it helps keep track of where you're going and how long it'll take to get there. Yep, we know how to do this part. Can also press tab to open the map. Yep, that's fine. We'll open the tab and we'll go to Ankria, and boom. And we'll speed up time. And then I'm pretty sure it's going to tell us to engage max sustained burn. Yeah, Ankria is pretty far away. It'll take a long time to get there at this rate. Sustained burn ability is used for long distance travel. Activating will briefly stop the fleet and reduce acceleration to a minimum. But the maximum burn level will be much higher. Sustained burn can be interrupted by other fleets, activating an interdiction pulse. So at the bottom left here, you'll see our current burn speed is 8, and we can bump that up with the sustained burn. And now it's a whopping 16. So we're going much faster. Coming up on an asteroid belt. If you go through at full speed, there's a chance your fleet may get knocked off course, and some of your ships might even suffer damage from asteroid impacts. A slow-moving fleet avoids this danger. Press and hold S to move slowly until you're through the asteroid belt. The danger is low, however, especially since the asteroid belt is thin, and you're only going across it, so you could get away with just going full speed. I always go full speed through asteroid belts. There we go. See, and we just got an asteroid impact on dry bubble. No damage sustained. And then we can press... I like to lay in a course where we have the arrows, and I just fly manually. That way I'm paying attention if something shows up that's hostile. Your fleet is getting closer to Ankria, which is controlled by the Hegemony, a major militaristic faction in the sector. While in Hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping its transponder turned on. This is a view shared by most, though not all, major factions. Turning on the transponder makes your fleet highly visible, and everyone seeing it will know who you are, unlike that pirate fleet you fought earlier, which had to be very close to be positively identified. Keeping your transponder on is a crippling disadvantage in hostile space, but as we're getting closer to a port, and we'd like to dock there, it's a good idea to turn it on. Activate the transponder before getting close to Ankria, and you can double tap it quickly to turn it on and off. There we go. Also, fun fact, we're gonna ignore this relay, but later we can steal that shit if we want to. And we're docking with Ankria. Ugh. Sorry, I just apparently had a coughing fit there. Okay. Your fleet approaches Ankria. The economy of Ankria is dominated by Hegemony Logistics. The light industry complex grew up on military contracts and now possesses the scale and legitimacy to make respectable inroads to the civilian commerce web of core Hegemony space. Your fleet transmits identification codes via transponder, and you are soon granted docking clearance. I was going to say soon granted glocking clearance. Anyway, so we were told to contact Station Master Evans, or we could look at what they have for sale and sell stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's going to tell us later that we can sell stuff to the black market for lack of tariffs. If you notice, there's you see no tariffs there. But if we were to buy these, you can see tariffs 30%. Tariffs are insanely high. Basically, the only way to make money by being a proper merchant in this game, which you can do. You can come here and buy organics and take them somewhere else. For example, the only way to do that within real money, making real money, is going to be in trading in huge volumes, enormous volumes, like planet-changing volumes, more or less. Anyway, we see they have a stability of 0 at the moment. They have a food shortage and no active comm relay. That's a shame. We can also take a look at their ships, see what they've got for sale. They have a single tanker. The black market has another wolf for sale, 2 in fact, shepherds and a hound. We'll do a more in-depth look at some of these ships when we actually buy them. We'll look at the in-depth ships when we have them in our fleet, let me put it that way. Alright, Howard Everett, Station Commander. Look at that man's beard. Alright, you connect the local comm directory and browse the public and otherwise known listings. You transmit the comms ID and wait for the system to establish connection. Your connection request is accepted surprisingly quickly, given that a citizen has many responsibilities. You've come. Excellent. As you're well aware, recently, well, I suppose we can skip that part. I could use a refresher on recent events. Yeah, we all know the situation is less than ideal. Now, where do I fit in? I could use a refresher on recent events. Howard, what is your voice? Our team from the Glacier Academy has been running experiments on the dormant gate in the system, trying to get back to the domain's gate network. Promising experiments, well, so they thought, until an energy pulse we expected would get a response from the gate destabilize the jump points leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain. Writ small? Writ small, the stars have a sense of irony, do they not? The miners of Darinkuyu Station, which is also located in the system and was operating near a subsistence level, were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in. Out of desperation, no doubt, but there were deaths, and they put themselves well outside the law. Their leaders know that if the jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can only look forward to a life sentence at a penal colony at the absolute best. Alright, now where do I fit in? The miners turned to pirate are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We do have a security detachment that could handle their forces, but they're tied up defending Ankria. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately you don't have to. We've got an agent on Darinkuyu Station who was able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ships guarding the jump points, but they have not been able to get a long-range comm array to send the data to us. That's where you come in. Head to Darinkuyu and retrieve the data from our agent, then return here. What's in it for me? A mercenary. Some credits, naturally, with more along the way. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to reconnect with the rest of the sector, such as it is. Gained 2,000 credits. What's the plan? First off, make sure to turn off your transponder once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. If you're lucky, the pirates may even think you're one of their own and let you approach Darinkuyu without any trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer, to make sure they can't get too good a reading on your fleet. You can also approach along the asteroid belt. That'll give you almost perfect cover, as long as you're moving slowly. And if they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burn to get out of there, lose them, and then come back around to try again. Don't E-burn unless you really need to, though. It's hard on the ships, and will cost you more supplies to recover from. Eats up a good chunk of fuel, too. Very well. Excellent. Thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you've got the data. Good luck. Stabilize the jump point. Sneak into Darinkuyu mining station and contact Kelly Europa and retrieve the data. And now we have extra credits. We can take the shuttle down to the bar, but there's no one there. We could use a little bit of heavy machinery, but there doesn't appear to be any for sale. What a shame. What a shame. Alright. We're heading up to Darinkuyu. Alright. Oh yeah, the game wants us to quick save. Whoop. That's okay. I'll forget to quick save the moment I'm out the tutorial. I'll just die immediately. As a note, I'm not really that afraid of pirates. I'm pretty sure I could take them. Fleet goes into orbit around Darinkuyu mining station. Local port authority seems to take no issue with your explanation for why your transponder, regrettably, cannot be turned on. Open the trading menu, obviously. Oh yeah, look, they do have food. They have a lot of food, actually. Interesting, but they do still have a food shortage. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Black market has even more food. Oh, that's impressive. We got some fun stuff here. Also, I do see that we have a whopping 26,000 credits to our name here. Getting some of these extra mod specs might be interesting. We can take a look at the ships real quick. Take a look at what we've got installed on our ships here. So we've got our hammerhead with 2 heavy mortars, 2 railguns, 2 Vulcan cannons, a harpoon, which is a explosive torpedo or missile that takes out ships. This is for doing damage. This is for doing more damage. This is a breach SRM. So breach SRMs are against anti-armor, essentially. We have a phase lance and tactical laser on this guy. Interesting. As well as a sabot and a harpoon. Double sabot and double harpoon. And normal sabot rack, and then, yeah. So sabots are anti-shield, and once again, harpoons are anti-armor. They're also a finisher type. You can see right there, up in the top left there, it says finisher on primary roll. Very important to note. And then the Buffalo Freighter has a point defense laser, and the tanker has a light dual machine gun and a double S sabot round. They do have auxiliary thrusters on the Freighter, which is interesting. Missile autoloader. Why on earth do you have a missile autoloader? You're a freaking fuel tanker. Why do you have a missile Do I have any of the logistics ones yet? I do. Auxiliary fuel tanks. Add that in. There you go. and add some extra vents. Actually, I can just reduce that all the way down to nothing. And then add in, let's go with cargo holds. There we go. And I'll just give you extra vents. It doesn't do anything, but I'll give it to you. All right. You also do not need these. I'll let you keep your advanced thrusters, but I'll make you do expanded cargo holds, and you are out of points for that. Yeah, no. All right, swap out for fuel tanks. There we go. Okay. These two ships are non-combat ships. If these two are ever in combat, we've lost. Like, that's a reload at this point, if these two ships are ever in combat. Probably. With that, we will back out, open the comm relay, and we're supposed to talk to Kelly Europa. You contact the agent using a special comms ID and exchange passphrases to verify each other's identities. The agent then transmits a data file with recent raw sensor readings of the unstable jump ports. Cut the comm link. Deliver the data to Station Commander Howard Evans. Leave. And I believe we're being tracked by a force, right? Yeah, a single enforcer and a combat freighter? Easily dealt with. Especially, what are your degradations? Degraded engines, compromised armor, and a faulty power grid. What about you? Compromised armor and a faulty power grid. Yeah, that's an easy fight. Should be an easy fight, at least. Transfer command. The Hammerhead does not have... Yeah, we'll stay in the Hammerhead. Deploying these two should easily win us this fight. And as soon as I have the opportunity... I want you to pull this way. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. I'll distract the Hammerhead while you two go for the Cerberus. I'll distract the Hammerhead. I am the Hammerhead. I'll use the Hammerhead to distract the big guy. Just need to get him to focus on me instead of them. He's got thumpers, because they can take care of him pretty easily. And then while he's distracted, they'll kill him. And then they'll come back to help me. Easily done. Yeah, see? Easily done. Accelerate mammo feeders, get in there. Let's do some damage. Oh, he's showing his backside to me. Well, that was a shame. He really shouldn't have done that. Although we don't really have a lot of good finishing firepower on this ship. But he really shouldn't have shown his ass to me. And then, you two, if you could please eliminate him since you're behind him, that would be fantastic. Because I need to vent. So, when we fire weapons or take hits on shields, we build up flux in our ship, and we have to eventually vent it. And there we go. Easily dealt with. I thought we just docked on the station. We're just like, nah, we're good. We'll just kill them. Salvage Chief reports that several ships disabled or destroyed during battle might be able to be restored. Several ships. We actually could get either one of them. It's kind of tempting to grab the Enforcer, because Enforcers are very good ships. But 5D mods is a lot. Oh, that's actually only 4. This would also require a story point to do. So when you use a story point, if you look up here, so first of all, we barely can afford this. We need 23 to repair recovered ships over time. 19 are needed for ongoing repairs. And we have 34 available, so we don't have enough supplies there. We don't have enough crew to actually crew the ship once we capture it. But if you look here, it says story points goes down. It says bonus experience, 70%, right? So when we use a story point, depending on what we use it for, the X, you consider it like everything has a different cost for a story point, but everything you can use a story point only uses one story point, right? However, some of them are minuscule enough that you get bonus experience, which this leads into literally just straight up extra experience for your character. And 100% bonus, as it says there, 100% bonus experience means it's enough to earn an extra story point. So eventually compensating for the use of one story point entirely, meaning that like using that could be useful. We're not going to bother recovering any of these ships. We're just going to salvage them, and we get 897 credits for it. And then we get their wreckage, and we got one of the guns off the Enforcer. Nice. And we're just going to leave because we took out their fleet. That's because we don't have like a single ship. We have a proper fleet here. Yeah, that was easily done. Also because I know what I'm doing when it comes to piloting this place. They're supposed to be guarding the... Oh, no, they're guarding the jump point, not the gate. There we go. We'll come back in. Open a comm directory to the station commander. You have the data. Well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data file. Now, while the system is running a preliminary analysis of the data, I believe you're due a reward, 5,000 credits. There's a chime in the background, and he looks concerned. Also, in relationship up with the hegemony, and relationship with Howard Evans improved by 4. So you can improve relations with each individual NPC, as well as the faction as a whole. So you can see the faction here, and the NPC here. Is there a problem? Yes, the system estimates it would take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with a stabilization algorithm. Naturally, by then the data would be out of date, and any algorithm based on it, meaningless. If we had an AI core on hand, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in the system, one left over from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. It should have at least one AI core serving as its brain. Where is it, and why hasn't it been salvaged before? To answer your second question, domain artifacts are usually protected by automated defenses that still function to this day. And this probe is no exception, and the hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts, for the sake of public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. As to where it is, my data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, then head out beyond the asteroid belt and use an active sensor burst. You should, at the very least, get a sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform a salvage, and bring back an AI core. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option on the map filter. Gain ability, active sensor burst. Excellent. I'll see what I can do. Real quick, would you like this medal and this gun that I found? As you can see, we have a whopping amount of credits that we get here, and then 30% tariff. And so we only get 600 credits from this. Is there anything here we want? Heavy armor mod, expanded magazines, expanded missile racks. It's tempting. Missile racks is tempting. Missile racks is very good. So it's tempting. S mod penalty. Reduces the rate of fire of missile weapons by 20%? S mod. Story mode mod. Story mod. This effect only applies if this whole mod is built into the hull using a story point. Cheap hull mods have stronger effects. That is new, I'm pretty sure, in the newest update. I think. I'd have to double check the patch notes, but I think that's new. I don't remember there being S mod penalties. S mod bonus. Increases the MO/charge regeneration rate for ballistic energy weapons by 50%. Interesting. So they have bonuses and penalties now. Reduces maneuverability for 25%. Oh, no. That's the S mod bonus. Oh, heavy armor doesn't do that by default anymore. That used to be a default thing for heavy armor, I'm pretty sure. But now it's only up on the S mod. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. That's something to learn for later. For right now, we need to head out past Pontius, which is over here. So we'll lay in a course there. There we go. And we definitely don't want to fly straight through the star, so we're going to go around that. Oh, it wants me to quick save again. Sure, I'll do that. I got no problem doing that. There we go. We'll go around the star. Spoiler alert, flying through a star is probably not the smartest idea. Flying super close to the star is probably not a super smart idea either. We're going to go around the thing there, and we're going to cancel our course by pressing T. We're going to go here, and we're going to do an active sensor burst. There we go. Looks like it's in this direction. There we go, a domain air probe. Your fleet approaches a domain air probe left from the initial domain exploration of the sector. Pitted by small impacts, the probe's hull displays iridescence, typically of fearsome radiation scoring. Typical of fearsome radiation scarring. Though this probe's manufacture could well date to 1,000 cycles ago, some systems are still nominally active. As your fleet moves in closer, several energy signatures are detected coming online inside the probe's hold. We have 3 assault drones. Oh no, assault drone, a fire support drone, and a defense drone. Engage the automated defenses. Will not transfer command. We'll just deploy the capital ship. I know these drones well. They really shouldn't pose a threat to this ship. Honestly, probably either one of the wolves could probably handle this fight as well. But the destroyer is overkill. Let me put it that way. And I like overkill. There ain't no kill quite like overkill. That's the fire support one, I believe. Ooh, actually, that one's going to be a bit more of a problem. Let's switch over this way and fire at this guy. Ooh, they actually managed to overload me. That's a slight problem. Luckily, he has anti-shield weapons, and I have a decent amount of armor. We'll split up our weapon here. There we go. I say the reason he was able to overload me so easily because he actually had a decent weapon for overloading people, which is a heavy autocannon. That is a medium-sized gun that's equivalent to my mortars, but for anti-shield purposes. It's quite good, actually. There we go. Pick through the wreckage. We did lose a little bit of armor, but that's about it. So we'll have to repair that armor, but that's about it. Fleet finishes mopping up the automated defenses. A weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if this random noise is from a dying subsystem or some kind of encrypted signal. Your fleet finishes approach to the domain error probe without further incident. So the record, the salvage we just got was from these 3 probes, or from these 3 drones. You cannot salvage drones. You can't like keep them. They're not yours. And there we go. We can do begin salvage operations of the probe itself, which we should get a gamma core. We're guaranteed to get a gamma core, and yep. Things like probes are big enough that they create a salvage field as well, or a debris field, which you can then salvage that too. And get more supplies. There we go. And we'll head back to the station now. Perfect. Yeah, Imbrium Flyer repairs are completed. See? Not too tough. A little bit of repairs. Hey, capiche, done. Repairs finished easily. And we'll arc right around into the planet. There we go. Open the comm directory after I sell this. I love that we actually can't sell this because we can't. It's illegal to trade in the open market. We could technically sell this. This is the thing we need for the mission. We could technically sell it. I don't know what happens if you sell it. As a note, you may have noticed it said illegal to sell on the open market. AI cores are very illegal. Very illegal. Solid work. I'll get my technicians working on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover your expenses, hopefully with a good amount left over. 8,000 credits and lost 1 gamma core. So we were able to sell it for 10,000, or we could give this guy for 8,000 and some relations, and we also completed the mission. I'll send you a stabilization algorithm when the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running it using your fleet's drive field as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there are still the matter of miners guarding both jump points out of the system. And you said their forces are significant. Well, it's all relative. All our security attachment can handle them easily. But as I mentioned, it's tied down defending Ankria. Your fleet, on the other hand, you might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take such chances, especially when there's an alternative. Now, keep in mind, he's referring to the easy or the basic start where you get a ship. I have 3. What alternative is that? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra, ships that were deemed not worth the effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the ship-breaking facilities elsewhere. Now, though, they'll serve our needs. Go there and recover all the ships you can, and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure to bring enough extra crew to operate the recovered ships. Perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow, too. Here, take this Mudskipper transport. Consider it part of your reward. Yeah. Thank you. I'll return with the ships. We need to hire about 100 extra crew. We'll go ahead and do... we have more than enough storage, so we'll go ahead and grab 175. And we'll see what delightful ships might be out there for us to salvage. And we'll bring 20 supplies with us. 20 extra supplies. And we'll lay in a course for Tetra, so we can see where we're going. And away we go. Also, as a note, you can turn off your transponder here and screw with the security attachment a little bit. They'll give you guff about it, but they won't actually do anything. Okay, let's take a look at all these guys, shall we? Let's see. We got a Condor. We got a Buffalo. Okay, let's break this down real quick. We got a Condor. That's a carrier. We got a Buffalo. That is a really, really terrible carrier or destroyer. That is one of these freighter ships, but had all of its cargo stripped out and replaced with guns. It's not good. Trust me. It's really bad. Tarsus-class freighter. All right. Wolf-class frigate. A Lasher-class frigate. A Kite-class shuttle. A Hammerhead-class destroyer. That's tempting. Another Kite. Another Dram. I definitely want the Wolf. That's definitely something I want. Consider recovery. Ooh, not too bad. Erratic fuel injector, which I believe... Does that one reduce its burn speed? No, it reduces its fuel efficiency and reduces its armor. Yeah, we'll grab that guy. Absolutely. The ISS Azimuth is now part of your fleet. We'll grab the... Ooh. I don't want the Tarsus, because Tarsuses are pretty good freighters, like mid-range freighters. At the same time, I also have a soft spot in my heart for fighter carriers in this game, because they're just so good. They're not like overpowered like they used to be, but they used to be really overpowered. Let's salvage the Buffalo. For sure. We'll explore. We'll begin... Oh, we can't even take this one if we wanted it. Alright, salvage this. Give me some supplies. We'll take the Tarsus and we'll turn it into scrap. I think the freighters are here specifically to give you extra supplies. The Dram is kind of tempting, I'm not going to lie, because having extra fuel capacity is always nice. Let's grab the Condor. Condors are good all around. We can use a... Oh, we actually can't use this. This one is not salvageable. We could use a story point for a Condor. That's not worth it. We're just going to move along. Kite Clash. Let me guess, we're going to be able to take this one. No, we can't. Okay, let's get rid of that one. What about the Lasher? Oh, nope. I wanted to explore the Lasher. Begin salvage. Okay. So we could, but we're not going to. The Lasher is good. It's like a low... You can think of the Lasher as a low-tech version of the Wolf frigate. It's almost the exact same loadout, where the Wolf has 3 energy weapons for its main strike and 2 missiles. The Lasher has 3 ballistics, 2 forward ballistics, and then 2 missiles. Oh, also the Wolf has 1 medium energy weapon as well. That faces forward. Begin salvage operations. I'm not terribly worried. It's probably because I have so many ships. Oh, really? The Kite. The shuttle I can take. The shuttle. This one doesn't even have weapons, does it? Oh, no, this is one that has weapons. It does have weapons, technically. This one aren't, arguably. So kites, their whole purpose in this game is to be used as basically disposable missile boats. You just send them in full of missiles, and they just shoot missiles, and whether they live or die, who knows? We're not gonna, no, we'll begin salvage operations on that one. The Hammerhead I would like. If I can get the Hammerhead, I would love the Hammerhead, yes. Oh, it only has 1 D-mod, which is unreliable subsystem, so it's a -2 its peak performance time. Now, mind you, it's a big chunk of it. It's 108 seconds off. But that does mean it's cheaper to deploy into combat. The ISS Epius is now part of our fleet. And the Dram. It's tempting to take the Dram. What is the, what's the damage on this thing? Increased maintenance? No, increased maintenance? The whole point of a civilian tanker ship is to have low maintenance. We ain't doing that. Nah. You getting salvaged, buddy. And it had weapons on it still. Delightful. We're going to cancel the order, and we're going to go back towards Angria. There we go, and we're heading back up. We should get through the tutorial relatively quickly. There we go, and let's, first of all, repair your ships. So that cost us 39 supplies, but it recovered all of our ships immediately. So that brings them up to full combat specs immediately. I think if we talk to him, he'll give us money for weapons. Welcome back. A bunch of rust buckets, aren't they? Put some weapons on them, get a proper refit done, and with a dedicated crew, they'll do all right. It's no worse than what the pirates have got at any rate. Speaking of weapons... Yeah, I was just about to talk to you about that. Not much to buy on the open market, but we have some stores. I've already ordered a local storage space to be assigned to you, and some suitable weapons transferred there. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do a tutorial, because you get this for free, otherwise. So storage spaces cost money anywhere you buy them, but this one you get for free if you do the tutorial. Some suitable weapons transferred there, along with enough supplies to speedily bring the new ships back to full combat readiness. Use them to outfit your new ships. Make sure you've got enough crew for a full complement on every ship, and then break the rogue miner defenses at the inner jump point. Once this conversation is over, press R to open the refit screen. Yep. In addition, you have access to local storage. I take it you've got the stabilization algorithm then? Correct. These cores seem like they can work miracles sometimes. Let me transmit the results. Good luck to you. If you fail, well, we'll have to send the security force to do the job, and then it could get very messy. It's good to know you're already working on a plan B. Come now, it's not so grim. I have every expectation you'll succeed, or I wouldn't send you. But it is my responsibility as commander to plan for every eventuality, and not rely on a miraculous savior. Now, about those miners. The 2 fleets guarding the jump point will aid each other if you engage one when the other is nearby, so it'll be an easier fight if you manage to separate them first. If you can't, it should still be a fight you can win, though. Yeah, I'll come back when the job's done. So we go to refit. Actually, let's take a look at what they gave us in storage. We can look at that through the refit menu. They gave us 100. They did give us some fighters in case we'd gotten the Condor, but we did not get the Condor, which means we can sell these for free, because they're 6,000 apiece. Or we can keep them for when we eventually want them. Although the Piranhas are... whereas the Broadswords are quite good. 1 Arbalest autocannon, 1 mining blaster, 1 thumper, 4 sabos, 2 light machine guns, 2 light mortars, 1 ion cannon, 1 mining laser, and 1 PG laser. Those are some really shit weapons. Alright, let's refit this, guys. Let's see. We've got a mining blaster we can put up here. That's something, at least. Let's plap a Sabo on there. Oh, you start with a harpoon. That's nice. Let's give him an ion cannon, then we'll give him a PG laser and a mining laser. Mining laser is what I meant to say. For you... Ooh, you start with heavy mortars. Nice. Do I want to give you an ion can or an autocannon instead? I think yes is the answer to that question. That way you got one of each. We'll give you a harpoon pod. And you've got double railguns up front, so we're probably going to keep those. Although, actually, with double railguns up front, we probably should keep with the mortars on that one. That way he's got, because mortars are anti-armor and the railguns are anti-shield. And despite being a small versus a medium, you can see they have the same range, and they have 167 DPS, and this one has 220. Honestly, these railguns are actually one of the best weapons in the game for small slots. They're really good. And then in this last little spot down here, we'll stick a Vulcan cannon. That's just for point defense. And this lovely feature of the game, we can do auto-assign weapon groups, and they automatically assign the weapon groups into relatively smart locations. And because it's being used by the AI, not me, I really don't care. And then we'll throw in, let's see, we've got up here. Firing the weapons creates 720 flux per second if it was to fire all weapons at once. And we have a whopping dissipation of 250 on this ship. So you're never actually going to match this with dissipation. It's just never going to happen. There's like one or two ships that can do that, but only in very limited places. So what we're going to do is we're going to not do logistics, but we'll look at defenses. We got armor weapon mounts, blast doors, and reinforced bulkheads. For engines, we've got safety overrides, unstable injector, and auxiliary thrusters. Special, safety overrides again, hardened subsystems, flux repeater, and flexible adjunct. And weapons, we've got armored weapon mounts. That's it. Okay, so we're not going to really do anything here. So we're just going to go ahead and max out his vents. And then we'll max out his capacitors as well. And does he still have more points? He still has more points. Okay, we'll just slap on something then. Unstable injector increases combat speed, but it reduces non-missile weapon range by 50%, which is brutal. And then, because one of the main things you really want, if you want your ships to survive, you want, and under the AI's control, you want them to have range. That's a really important thing. We can give him, this one might not be bad, actually. Here's peak opportunity for ships that suffer great performance with extended deployment by 50%. Let's increase his peak performance time, because remember, he's also having that decreased by his unreliable subsystems, which leaves him with a whopping in-combat time of, if we go to, I think it's up here. Nope, it's not. I think we can see it in, there it is. Peak performance of 378, so it's actually 18 seconds longer than default, even with his unreliable subsystems. Nice. So we can last as long in combat as I can. And we can put something else on here when we've got more points to spend, or a weapon that costs 5 OP, for example, or 5 ordnance points. Let's see. And then on the Wolf, you've got an erratic fuel injector. Increases fuel use by 50% and decreases zero flux boost by 10% SU per second. Supply cost to recover deployment is reduced by 20%, and compromised armor. So we don't want you taking hits on the armor, but that's okay. So you see how the Wolf has kind of a blue sheen to it, whereas this has like an yellow sheen. And you can see it a little better on these. It's more blue. Generally, that represents roughly like what kind of tech the ship is. If it's low tech, mid tech, or high tech. High tech is blue. Mid tech is this kind of like beige color. And low tech is usually orange or reds. And generally, low tech relies on armor, not shields. Midline is a balance of armor and shields, and high tech is shields, not armor. So a high tech ship having compromised armor, not too shabby, because it doesn't need to rely on its armor. It has good shields. And to that respect, we're actually not going to give it any mods, and we're just going to bump its vents and capacitors as high as it'll go. And then we'll give it unstable injector. That ought to be good enough. If we reduce its capacity by that, we should be able to give it auxiliary thrusters as well, which might as well. Auxiliary thrusters is okay on this kind of ship, because it does need to turn to be able to fire the mining blasters, so that's not a bad idea. The Mud Skipper gets to sit there and do nothing because it is a people vehicle. Actually, can we undo that real quick? Undo that. What does insulated engine assembly do currently? Durability shifts engine by 100%, increases ship's hull integrity by 10%, and also reduces the sensor profile. That's why I undid that, because I was like, doesn't that reduce sensor profile? Which it does. So we want to keep that there. We want to reduce its vents and capacitors because it's a non-combat ship. So we'll go to logistics and we'll give it expanded crew. Because this is a cruise ship. So for the moment, we might as well give it as much crew as it can carry. Okay. And we can't give it a second one like we did these ones because insulated engine assembly is a logistics mod, I believe. And then can't really do much with these ones. We could give them a sabopod. Instead of a mining laser and a burst PD laser. What is this loadout? RPD laser. Okay. That's... What a ridiculous loadout these guys have. That's funny to me. Expanded missile racks. Who gave you expanded missile racks? Advanced optics? Integrated targeting? ECC? Well, this ship doesn't get changed because I can't make any of those hull mods right now. So we're just going to leave this ship as is. Because that's amazing. Advanced optics and ITU, what is the range of that phase lance at this point? That has got to be something special to see the range on that phase lance. And then, oh, our capital ship also came with ITU. Nice. And expanded missile racks. Let's swap out the breach SRM for... actually, hang on. Let's keep the breach SRM. Let's ditch that. Let's drop a couple points from there. And we should be able to throw on a Reaper is very tempting. It's available on the black market. Let's swap out for the Sabo. And let's, real quick, run a simulation. I want you look at the breach. The breach. What is the cooldown of the breach? The breach is a long cooldown. But it does fire 3 missiles. That's a long cooldown on that breach. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Let's... Also, that's the thing you can do. You can run a simulation at any time with any of your ships, and any enemy ship as well. You can bring in fake enemies to fight. It's very useful. Very, very useful. Let's see. I think that's okay. Definitely still want them on the same... do I? Yeah, that's fine. I can just auto-assign. I can just be smart and not use them if I don't want them. Yeah, let's go ahead and consider that good. Let's trade. Let's get all this stuff out of my storage because I don't want it because it's bad. Except the Sabopod. I'll keep that, and I'll keep this autocannon. I'll get rid of the Piranha. I'll take the supplies with me. I'll go to the black market, or the normal market. Definitely not the black market. And these all magically disappear into their shop. And I just made a bunch of extra money. Delightful. And then I will go and head out. We're going to do a quick save. We're going to get a little far away. We're going to turn our transponder off. And we're going to the jump point. And just like that, we'll be done with the tutorial shortly. And I think, yeah, we can lure one of them away. What do they actually got here? They have a Venture, a Buffalo. So that's one of those converted freighter ships they've got there. They have 2 Hounds, and they have a mining pod wing attached to the Venture. They have a Buffalo, a Cerberus, and a Shepherd, and then mining drones attached to the Shepherd. Either one of these fleets we could kill quite easily. The only one I'm even vaguely worried about is the Venture. Let's see if we can get... You've burned 10, you've burned 9. Let's try and lure you off to the side. Yeah. No? We get just one of you. That's okay with me. I'm okay with just one of you. Any one of you. We'll go ahead and engage you guys. We will engage the cruiser. Let's send in me and these 2 guys. And we'll have them avoid the cruiser while they go for the small fry. I'll distract the cruiser while they take out the small fry. And I want them to avoid this. Let's actually kill that, because we lost sight of the Hound for a second. We should be able to kill the... I might be able to kill the Buffalo with just a couple of missiles dumped in its direction. Buffaloes are exceptionally bad, as they don't have shields, and they barely have armor. And they have no frontal firing weapons, as you can see. There we go. We're able to dump those guys. Okay, so they're going to stay near the cruiser. So the enemy in this game is not stupid. They're really not. So you can see that they obviously know that we have them outflanked here, so they're going to stay near the cruiser as long as they can to stay safe. We're going to kill the avoid mark on that. But I do want them to go after the Hounds rather than... let's not do eliminate commands. Hang on. Let's do... Not fighter strike, not eliminate. without exposing themselves to undue danger. There we go. Let's do that. Let's engage the hounds without exposing yourself to undue danger. I'll try and help where I can. And if I can, I will distract the Venture, of course. Okay, so you go for that guy, actually. Because he's fully behind the Venture at this point. So this combat's going to be a little slow, because we're specifically trying to distract the capital ship here. Though we're not doing a great job of it, because we're about to get overloaded. Are they trying to slam into his ass? Yeah, they are. Okay, we have him on lock right now. He's definitely dead. Okay, that's one more down. Where'd the other one go? Oh, they killed it. Nice. All right, boys. I'm gonna fire missiles at him. It's not gonna go great because he's got flak cannons, but I think he's got flak at least. No, actually, it looks like he's packing anti-shield weapons, which is why I'm getting hurt so badly. We should be able to avoid his missiles pretty effectively. Ooh, got hit by one. That's okay. Get those saddles in there and overload them. There we go. Fire all the guns. Ooh, they redo the way the mining blaster works. That's neat. Really don't want to engage the mining blaster. That's that red pulsing weapon that the main ship has. And there you can go. You can see that my allies are kind of flanking in behind him because they're smart enough to know I've got him distracted, flank in the backside where he can't hit us. Because they're smart enough, everyone here is smart enough to know everyone's weapon ranges, basically. So my job here is pretty much tank the capital ship and don't die. That's pretty much my job here, is tank and don't explode. And if possible, distract him and do some damage. Azimuth is going to have its... Ooh, you both are about to start decreasing, and I'm about to lose my... I'm about to lose my shields. Go. Retreat a little bit. Those are anti-shield weapons, so they don't do a ton of damage against me. Now, unfortunately, my wolves here don't have a ton of straight-up damage that they can inflict. Oh, that's a torpedo. But we're doing our best. Those mining pods just distract my freaking weapons. Yeah, they did. It looks like we took out one of his engines, so he's kind of spinning at the moment. Yeah. Oh, we're both overloaded. But he is dead. So even though both my ships reported that they're reducing their CR, obviously we still have time to fight. So that is how we clear them out. We can get anything but the Venture. No, I'm okay, thank you. We'll pick through the wreckage. We get 1,400 credits. And they're gone. There we go. And we can wait for a minute. And if we wait for a minute, it gives our ships time to rearm and repair. So we can go back and fight some more. Because we do have that other fleet to take care of, which we are going to do. He's actually avoiding contact with us because we're too big. He is scared of us. That's delightful. Because he doesn't have his friends anymore. So he's all alone. And so he's going to do a retreating battle. So we're going to pursue them. And we're going to transfer command for this engagement. We're going to transfer to the new wolf to see how it handles. And we're going to take command and we're going to dispatch the wolves. We're going to dispatch the wolf pack because they're all running in front of us here. We got a sensor jammer up ahead and a nav buoy. So when you're chasing someone, you can deploy from behind them, the left, or the right, just by clicking on this. And you can only do that with frigates. For example, if you see, I can only deploy the hammerhead straight up the middle, whereas I can deploy the frigates on either side. Could deploy the mud skipper and try and take the nav buoy? Actually, not a terrible idea. How fast are you? I don't think I've ever used one of you in combat. How fast are you? Where is your speed? Top speed of 90 versus 120. I'm gonna deploy you on the right-hand side. The rest of us are gonna go straight up the middle. You're gonna go for that nav buoy. This might be a terrible idea, but we're gonna see. Also, I noticed that, also you can press spacebar to pause at any time. I noticed that none of my weapons have auto fire on. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. We want auto fire on mining blaster. We want auto fire on the ion cannon 5 and 6 as well. We forgot to actually set up the weapon groups for this guy. That's okay. Yeah, the Mining Blaster has 4 charges now. That's neat. Oh. Oop. Just trying to avoid taking extra damage here. Because remember, this ship has compromised armor. We are thoroughly being distracted by this guy. By this guy's pods. Although we can get away from them by doing this. We can dump some missiles at this guy real quick. I say we should be able to take this guy out relatively easily. There we go. We can leave that alone and chase that guy down if we'd be so kind. To eliminate him, not you. You sit there and control that. Ah, the Shepherd's actually already gone. The Shepherd's way out here. Nice. Okay, so the Shepherd's definitely escaping at this point. There's no way we're catching him. We'll have to come back around to catch him. But he'll be all alone when we do catch him, because we will catch him next time. Next time, Gadget. Don't know if those are going to reach him in time. I don't think they will. I think those will run out of fuel before they reach him. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, the Shepherd's way out. He's already out here. There we go. At the end of a fight, we can kind of drift around, or we can press escape to end the battle early. But we can just kind of float. I like floating. Floating's fun. Shooting enemy forces will be able to disengage, but without taking lossage. Taking lossage? We don't want any of their ships, even if we can. And we have to take him out, too. Come on. There we go. And once again, we are pursuing them. However, there's a trick you can do. You can harry them repeatedly, and then let them go. Harry them or let them go. Harry them or let them go. And that reduces their combat readiness, which I will probably show you later. But right now, we are just swapping command to the fastest ship. Who do we have this the fastest ship here? It's top speed 150, top speed 150, top speed 175. This one it is. It's the one we were using last time. Take command of the action. And deploy. We basically just need to be as fast as possible to catch this guy. Because he's just going to go in a straight line. Although having some beam weapons actually would have been really useful here. Let's do 5 and 6. We need to put on fire as well as 4. And then we'll control weapon number 2. We'll control the mining blaster. I'm going to use my ability a little bit. Remember we have 3 charges of it. I'm going to use it a little bit so I can keep up with him, but not so much that he gets away from me, because he's got those nice little he's got these. We're going to need to use we're going to need to take these out. And then, oh, you know, we don't have a beam. This is going to be really hard to actually take these guys out, isn't it? Until we get in range with our own point defense weapons, which we can use this to get past him. Fire a sabot directly at his face. And then harpoon him. Might work? Nah, he was able to deflect most of that. He's not doing super hot, though. Probably should just have mining blaster on auto fire at this point. Ooh. This little shit might kill me. Mainly because I teleport directly at him with my freaking shield down. I overestimated how easy it'd be to kill this guy. His little drones, without beams to target his drones, they're quite durable. They're quite a nuisance, let me put it that way. And he's capable of making more of them quite easily. No, you're not allowed to capture that. I don't know what it is, but you're not allowed to have it. Apparently he wants it, though. He's staying nearby. Unfortunately, he does spin fast enough that he can easily keep up with my ability to get around him. And unfortunately, it looks like his drone wing is catching up now. Where are we on the map right now? Pretty high up. Bringing in extra fighters right now would not be a great idea. Let's just leave him. Let's just leave. We need one of the wolves that has beams to take care of his drones. We can just claim victory. It lets him retreat. You can see he turns his bar yellow now. Basically, he's having to expend CR to fight. So we're gonna cheese him a little bit. We're gonna harry him, and then we're gonna let him go. Then we're gonna catch him. We're gonna harry his retreat. You can see now his bar is red. And we're going to do it one more time because he's at 4%. And we're going to harry him again. Now he's at 0. So, when we engage someone at 0% or at 2%, as he currently is, we can do pursue. We can take command of the action. We can send this ship in. I think this one has beams. You can see now he has nothing. Oh, we can also take control of the ship real quick in combat. Little command shuttle there moves at a whopping 500 speed, roughly 495 technically. As you can see, we weren't necessary. So when an enemy has 0, when a ship has 0 combat readiness, they can't fire weapons, they can't turn, they can't do anything but go in a straight line, and they can't activate shields, deploy drones or anything. So very easy to do, considering he kept running away like a little shit. And then, let's see, jump point is unstable and cannot be used. Stabilize the jump point. I'm well aware there's a cheese we could do here that actually you don't stabilize the jump point, and we can leave the system in a different way, and we can keep bringing food here for infinite money. Because remember, they have a food shortage. Anyway, you load the stabilization algorithm into your jump program, and the drive field goes through a series of esoteric fluctuations. Their resonance gradually canceling out the instability in this jump point. The jump point should be stable enough to use within a day or so. Return to Ankria and report your success. And return transponder back on. Always turn your transponder on. And we'll come on down here. We'll get a little chat to Ankria. Open the comm directory, and Howard Evans. Well done! Station Commander Evans seems a bit giddy with excitement. We actually did it! You just never know with these things. It's just a relief not to be cooped up in the system anymore. Here's your reward, well earned and with my gratitude. In addition, I've set you up with a monthly stipend from Glacia Academy in recognition of services rendered. It should run for 3 full cycles. Frankly, they don't have much room to complain right now. Didn't even have to lean on them too hard to get this sorted out. Relationship with the hegemony improved by 5, and with Howard Evans by 10. We will never talk to you again, Howard Evans. Now, I expect the authorities at the headquarters on Jengala in the Corvus system would like to hear about the recent events. Would you deliver a report for me? No. Ask the Station Commander Kacha when you get there. Oh, and make sure to take enough fuel to make the trip. Flying in-system as you have been doesn't use fuel, so it's easy to forget that flying in hyperspace does. It's not too far, but with your current fleet, you'll need at least 70 units to get there, and that does update for your current fleet, not just whatever you have, or whatever you have at the start. If you do manage to run out of fuel somehow and get stuck in an uninhabited system, that'd be a real feat on the Glacia Corvus route, let me tell you. You can always issue distress call, and wait for help to arrive. I'm also declaring a bounty on the remaining rogue miner fleets here. If you like, you can stick around here and help mop up before going to Corvus. Okay, I'll consider my options. I don't know if there are any remaining pirates, because we killed them earlier. We can look. We can definitely go look. There's a bounty on them now. Ooh, hammer-class torpedoes. Ah, my favorite. Ah, one of my favorite torpedoes. Absolutely delightful. Is that a point laser? It's a LR point laser. Let's swap out my breach SRM with this hammer-class torpedo. Oh, I love the hammer-class torpedo. They're so good. And this time I do definitely want to put those on different groups. So we'll put the railguns on 4, the Vulcan cannons on 5, and we'll put the hammer on 3. Want that on auto and not on auto. There we go. Okay. And then on the wolf down here, we will do an auto assign real quick. Thank you. All right. And then we will head out from here. We'll go to... Well, we'll go take a look at the pirates, I suppose. See if there's any pirates around. We'll do a quick save. And look at all that. We got a bunch of new stuff. Got a bunch of new intel. System bounty. Let's take a look at the system bounties. Let's see. We are... Glacia. We have a system bounty in Glacia, and there is the gatekeeper. That's all that's here. Okay. There is a bounty in Corvus. System bounty, though. So it's just basically kill 1,600... Kill pirates, and you get 650 per base per frigate. And then base location unknown. So a pirate base for 50k. I don't think we can take a pirate base with our current fleet. That seems like a really bad idea. Let me put it this way. I'm a good pilot. I'm not that good. What's that? Oh, it's a stable location. Nice. Oh, is that a pirate fleet? Hang on. Are you pirates? You are pirates. Come here. So you have 2 destroyers and 2 little shuttle frigates. What do you guys have? Hammer-class torpedo, SRM, and a light dual machine gun, and same thing on you. You are not really worth my time. What do you have? Vulcan cannon, autocannon, sabers, and 3 pulse lasers. Interesting. So this is undergunned for its size. The Sunder is an awesome midline class. It's a destroyer, but it mounts a capital ship grade weapon in the middle of it, and it is so good. It's one of my favorite ships, and it is being horribly misused there. We'll bring in 2 of these guys to take out the... We'll basically hit them the exact same strategy we've been doing, which is I go for the cruiser, distract it, or the ship that's my size or bigger, and they take out the raiders. They should target the raiders by default, but I want them to avoid the Sunder if it gets near them. And I'm gonna go for the Buffalo, because the Buffalo should be easily taken out. Quite easily. In fact, I'm just gonna dump a hammer in it. Ooh, I missed. And I'm being flanked. Ooh, that's a hammer coming my way. Oh, my missile hit one of theirs. There we go. Easily done, though. A well-spent hammer torpedo, sir. A well-spent hammer torpedo. And let's get rid of that avoid order so that the other guys come back in, because they're now using him as cover. I've got a whopping 6 seconds left before I can use my shields again. Also, you can see that display on my bottom left there of my screen. That is the display of where my armor is currently located. Let's dump a Sabo into this guy. Let's dump a couple Sabos into this guy, because he's got a lot of shields. Oh no, your shields are down. What a shame. That would be a shame if someone hit a torpedo in your ass. I missed. It's been a long time since I played, okay? My aim could use some work. I think that kite is definitely going to get killed by that wolf. There's no way it survives that. So, when an enemy has anti-kinetic or anti-shield weapon like that, it's usually better to just let them shoot you on your armor, more or less. There we go. Got him. The other guy got him with the finisher torpedo. I don't think that's going to hit, but it's worth a shot. It was worth a shot. We'll accelerate our ammo feeders. So this ship has an ability I haven't explained yet called Accelerated Ammo Feeder. Every ship has an ability. The wolves have the ability to teleport forward a little bit each charge it uses. The Hammerhead has the Accelerated Ammo Feeder, which speeds up the fire rate of all my ballistic weapons, which is all of them. All of my weapons are ballistic, except for my missiles. My missiles are not ballistics. Yeah, if I had a hammer-fast torpedo, I would just fire it off at him, but we're going to go ahead and claim victory, because we're not catching him. Kites are, I think, the second fastest ship in the entire game, so we're not catching that little shit. Even with degraded engines, or the civilian-grade hull that he has, his top speed is still 139. Like, our top speed is 150 on our chasers. We're just going to let them go. Nope, we can get one later. We don't need to burn points on that. Are you pirates? You're definitely pirates. You're pursuing me, and you're pursuing me as well. I don't want you two next to each other, if we can help that. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And they emergency burned, which means their combat readiness went down a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidgen, but it's enough. They're actually... So they got up to us, and then they decided to disengage. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? We can abuse this. We harry the retreat, let them go, and then we just stay right here, because we're faster than they are. Ooh. Oh, this is all of them with allies. And with allies, they're still trying to get away from us. That's amazing. We can harry their retreat, which reduces all their combat readiness again. The kite's down to yellows. And yellow, by the way, is when you start suffering malfunctions when you're being deployed. So we definitely want to get away from all three of them, because I don't know if I can take all three of them. I do have a pretty sizable fleet, but you know what? Actually, hang on. Let's do it. Let's take all three of them. Let's go, boys. All three of us. Let's go. Moving to engage. Let's all three of us. Let's go. Everybody combat ship. I love this, by the way. If you click all, it deploys only your combat ships. If you click it again, then it deploys your non-combat ships as well. So let's go ahead and deploy all of our combat ships. We have 2 destroyers and 3 frigates. They've got a bunch of shit that's all low on combat readiness and several destroyers. Now, mind you, one of their destroyers they have in this fleet is a Buffalo. We've seen how easy they are to destroy. If I landed my hammerheads, they probably would have died instantly. My hammered fast torpedoes is what I meant to say. My hammerhead is the class of my ship. I don't want to drift towards him. Really? We just started and you're dumping your torpedoes immediately? You just want to leave, don't you? You know what? I will indulge you, sir, with railguns. Enjoy my railguns. I see that missile coming in my left hand to right there. See that. That ship is already glowing. I just want to point out the Buffalo's already almost dead. Just from the Wolf just shooting a laser beam at it for a while. And there we go. Icing dead. Oh, stay. I don't know what the other Hammerhead's doing. What on earth are you doing over there? What did I just say earlier about the AI being actually pretty intelligent? You know, maybe I should take that back. This guy also is very dumb. But to be fair, he is a pirate. He's also doing the best with what he's got. That's really dangerous. So, that ship's ability is called Burn Drive. Basically, it turns off its shields and floors it at you by using its, by using the drive that is normally reserved for flying around in system at high speed. It goes zoom. It goes very zoom. It also, as you can see, is just, it basically is a wall of forward-facing guns. That's basically its entire job. It's just, I am guns that face forward. I see that he's firing another torpedo at me. Someone is overloading. I don't know who. You are fine. You're venting. You managed to make an Enforcer vent on your own? That's impressive. You're killing that. Oh, that thing's almost dead. Okay. So as soon as he's there, he's dead. You... I almost want to have you just, like, run. Just, like, run away from those guys. Oh, okay. My shields are still holding. I'm gonna actually vent my flux. Dodge, 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 dodge! Oh, I was not able to dodge that. And that's the reason why you don't vent your flux while you're in torpedo range of your enemy. There we go. We have a lot of friends coming in now. There we go. Pour on the fire. Absolutely. Okay, you can cancel that. Why don't you escort him? So he'll basically disengage from these guys and come back down this way. So he's going to come towards us when he can, which he should be able to quite easily because he's faster than all of those guys up there. Although he is spamming missiles at him to keep him slowed down. That's a problem. The wolves should head up there pretty quickly to help, basically. Basically, everyone has said it's going up there to help. And we're going to cruise up there as well. And we can actually watch his feed while we're moving. You can see he's turned away from the wolf. You can see that he's seen us and he's coming towards... Oh, crap. He's burn driving towards us. So he's not going to get all the way up to us. But you can kind of... when they burn drive, if you get the timing just right, you can just dump a wall of torpedoes directly into them because they don't do a lot when they're burn driving. Just going to dump my sabots on this guy. Oh, he's going to get away from that. Oh! He canceled as burn drive. That's interesting. He did stop my torpedo, but it overloaded him to do so. And here comes the wolves with its extra firepower. There we go. And now we have a kite to deal with, which I don't have anything left to deal with him. Well, fire a torpedo and see if it hits him. Or at least slows him down. Yeah, we're not going to catch this guy, I don't think. Well, we might. The wolves are closing. If that one wolf keeps his shield on... Ooh, actually, that was brutal. The mining blaster did some damage there. Yeah, we actually catch up with him. That's impressive. I'm surprised that he was able to catch up with him, the hammerhead. That's surprising. But, we did it. And that's all of them gone, except for one hound. Hounds might be one of the fastest ships in the game. So catching up to them is quite difficult. We lost 2 crew and no marines during the last engagement. That's because we took some damage. Now you can see who took damage, the top bar there, if it's even visible on YouTube, I don't know. The top bar there is any damage we took, and no, the top bar is combat readiness, and the bottom bar is damage. We're going to harry the retreat. And we're going to pick through the wreckage, and we're going to take all this delicious stuff. And you can see there we got a $11,000 bounty because we took out a bunch of stuff. Officer promotion candidate. We have a junior officer, Kelly Harper, has distinguished himself. Kelly Harper is a male? Sure, why not? And is worthy of consideration for command of a ship. Skill, gunnery implants, and personality is steady. In combat, this officer will favor a balanced approach with tactics matching the current situation. The opportunity availability for 180 more days. Officers already in your command is 0 to 8. Tempting, actually. Gunnery implants is a very good one. And ship Steady is a good personality to have on like a destroyer or above ship. Actually, no. Steady is good for like frigates and destroyers. On someone like a cruiser or above, if it's a direct combat ship, you really want aggressive, because that way they actually put all their guns in range. Let's keep that in back pocket for now. Was there anyone else up here by the station? Oh, there is. There's several, in fact. You can see we are close to repairing here, and we can see we did level up as well, so we can bump a skill point here. So we can see gunnery implants. That is what that officer would have had, or could have, which is 100% target leading accuracy for auto-firing weapons, 15% ballistic and energy weapon range, minus 25% weapon recoil, and they can make it elite, which is plus 4% to ECM rating of fleet when piloting a frigate, or 2 when piloting a destroyer, 1 for larger hulls. So gunnery implants is very good as a starter skill. Arguably the only one that might be better as a starter skill is helmsmanship, because it makes them just straight up faster. It's just generally very good. Let's see. Or something like carrier command, for example. Something like that is very useful for an officer as well. Let's see. What do we want for our ability? We could go with something industry related. Build repairs is pretty good, if I remember correctly. Ship repair rate outside of combat. But yeah, that's pretty good. Resources, but not rare, such as items and blueprints. Such as blueprints recovered from abandoned stations and other derelicts. That's always good. Resources, yeah. Not rare items such as blueprints. There's other rare things as well that are really good. Bulk transport is pretty good. Maximum 2,000% or 2,000 or less base cargo fleet capacity. Your fleet has 985 base cargo capacity. So it would be an extra 50%. We already are almost above that. So there's really no point in doing bulk transport. It's crazy to me that bulk transport is actually, like, it doesn't have an effect above that, it's below that. But it does have an awesome effect at the bottom there. You notice it says, increases the burn level of all non-militarized civilian-grade ships by 2. So if we're going for mass transit, that actually is pretty good. These two are more like scavenging abilities, honestly. Ordnance expertise, that's not bad. Plus 2 flux dissipation per point per ordnance spent on weapons. And then flux capacity if you make it elite. Piloted ship, polarized armor. Maximum damage reduction by armor increased by 85 to 90%. Up to 50% armor for damage reduction calculation only based on current hard flux level. Not bad. EMP damage taken reduced by up to 50% based on current hard flux level. Not bad. And then, yeah, we need... It goes all the way up to here, but we can't use these ones yet. For this bottom tier, I think I would go with... Oh, man. I'm tempted to go with, salvaging rather than field repairs. Field repairs is nice, but salvaging, that extra 20% post-battle salvage, minus 70% crew loss in non-combat operations, that's actually pretty significant because you can lose crew a lot. Like, it adds up over time, you know? And then plus 50% resources, that's like, if we're talking like salvaging like metals and transplutonics and stuff like that, that can be a lot of stuff. Ooh, it's not bad. Ship repair rate outside of combat, maximum plus 50%. Okay. 25% of hull and armor damage taken repaired after combat ends at no cost. Ooh. Maximum 240 deployment points total or less total deployment points. Recovered ships start with 30 to 40 hull integrity. Recovered ships start with 30 to 40 combat readiness. That's pretty good, actually. Like, I didn't really read the last part of that. That's really good, actually. The free repairs at the end? Yeah, I think that actually might be worth it over salvaging. Because resources you don't often... Because those rare items, they're where you make your money from salvaging, in my opinion. Like, post-battle salvage is kind of neat. This might be just some extra guns, maybe, but, like, that's pretty good. However, yeah, you know what? We are going to get field repairs. Maybe that's what we'll do for, like, our source of income in this mission, is we'll do, like, salvaging of other ships, other people's ships, and sell them. It's an interesting idea. Let's see. Oh no, they've got an enforcer, a combat freighter, and a raider shuttle. That's an easily caught group of people right there. Let's transfer. Let's keep the 2 hammerheads in, and what do we have up here? A sensor jammer and a nav buoy. We'll send in both wolves. The wolves are gonna go for the nav buoy. I want that captured. You and me, we're going for that destroyer. Basically, our job is to attack while those two... Oh, hello. I mean, if you want to just expose yourself directly to your death, that's okay with me. Oh, you're just being a little shit and just flying just out of my range, aren't you? I think that's kind of their objective, but... Whoop. That's okay with me. You go ahead and fire off your torpedoes into space. I'm sure that'll be fine. That actually hit! I'm a little amazed that hit. That was a really long shot. Pour on the fire, baby. Pour it on! I think we may have lost a weapon there momentarily, but we are good to go. Alright, I want this thing eliminated. Forget about the freaking control point. Whoop. Oh, that's the wrong button. Go. There we go. They should go after him. Yeah, they should get him just fine. Yeah. No escape. No escape. You didn't get to be a pirate here. Ship recovery, 3 hull mods on the thing. What was was it the kite that had 0? Yeah, it was the kite that had nothing. We'll just take your wreckage, thank you. We could attack the mining station. That's a terrible idea. That's a really bad idea, attacking the mining station. I'm curious if it's the tutorial section. I wonder if it's like a different station. No orbital station, no... Oh! They don't have anyone here to defend it. Interesting. So if I were to go get some Marines... Interesting. Ground defense strength of 85. So if I were to go get some Marines from Glacia... Or Ancria... Or Glacia. Glacia is on the other side of the system. But if I were to go get some Marines and come back... That's tempting. If they have Marines. They might not have Marines for sale. It's not a guarantee they'll have Marines for sale. Ooh, what did you just destroy here? That was a big salvage field. What did you just destroy? Do you have Marines? You don't have Marines. Well, that's a shame. Hold up. Those are hammers. I'm keeping those. Those are mine. I'll sell you this Vulcan gun, though. Alright. We can also do a transverse jump, because we took the ability to do so, which we can do... Set that from here. I believe it's here? Yeah, transverse jump. Boop, there we go. Just boop on out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Whew. What are you guys? Hold on, who are you guys? You're a smuggler, but you're a pirate smuggler. Okay, or pirate scavenger. That's a lot of ships, but you... Only a few combat ships. That's kind of tempting to go after. If we turn our transponder on, it's possible this smuggler will let us help him in a fight. Yeah, the independent forces transmit their IFF codes, and the independent forces have way more combat ships. Well, actually, not a lot, but they have a way better combat ship, which is the Shrike. Shrike is a fantastic combat ship. The only thing the Scavenger has that'll really pack a punch here is the Venture and the Gemini. This is a fighter carrier, basically. The Brawler's a bit tough. Ooh, it's an elite variant. All right, fair enough. Join the battle. Continue. I don't know who is deployed in terms of the enemies, but we won't deploy all of our chasers, but we'll deploy the big ships so that we can do some damage here. We're gonna get stuck in there. Yeah, the neutrals actually are probably gonna win this fight even without my help. But I'll help out where I can. It looks like a couple torpedoes shoved right here in the middle will probably do some damage. We can view the Shrike's combat feed since we're his ally. Ooh, they do have a level 5 officer there. That's pretty good. And they've got, looks like some ships coming in the backside. I was saving back my frigates for the chase that'll inevitably follow to see what we can catch. Okay, I'm about to get into it, so. Whoop, there we go. Oh, he has an Omni Shield, so I'm not... Ooh, they took out the Cerberus there. Oh, it was just a Cerberus, never mind. I see the fighter wing coming in on my right-hand side. That's going to do some damage, assuming they don't get distracted by something. Try and dump some missiles into this guy real quick. Ooh, okay, got enough point defenses that didn't get through. The Shrike backed off. I arrived and the Shrike backed off. Come on, buddy. We could have taken him out if you just stayed face forward. No, we'll vent the rest of my flux out of the way. That's my hammerhead. Yeah, sure. Let's take him out, buddy. You and me. Level 7 officer. Ooh. Actually, she's quite dangerous. But I did manage to land a hammer torpedo on her side. Although you can see how the Venture, despite being a midline ship, has armor out the ass and basically shrugged off that entire torpedo. We're actually gonna bump the fire rate of our guns here. Oh crap, that's a hound. He's right in front of me. Can we take him out with railguns? Looks like we might be able to take him out with our railguns. The railguns are good against anti-shield, remember that, but, or they're specifically anti-shield weapons. That is a significant amount of torpedoes that man has. I'm not really sure what's going on in the main combat at large. Let's take a quick gander. It looks like the pirates are actually pushing us back. Because the Shrike is up here fighting a freaking Wayfarer by himself. Also, no offense, you're in a Shrike. How are you losing to a freighter? This is a freighter right here. How are you losing? Like, how are you not killing this thing? Okay. He's a really terrible pilot, is what we've determined here. That Shrike is not someone who can be relied upon as a person. The ship is probably worth more than the person piloting it, let me put it that way. Also, these fighters are wait, they're escorting me. Oh shit, they're escorting me. That's neat. I didn't know the AI could assign their fighters to escort you. That's really neat. Alright, follow me in, boys. Be my point defense while I dump railgun shots at them from a distance. Hello, Shrike. About time you showed up. Yeah, so he managed to slowly overload me. I wasn't paying enough attention. Dump my flux. We just lost the Gemini from the allied ship. Keep in mind, the only ships I'm worried about are mine in this combat. If the enemy loses more of their ships, that's actually okay with me. That just means there's more salvage in the end. Alright, we got his shields down, or her shields down, so we can just start dumping bullets into her, essentially. There we go. Okay, what's the combat situation look like? Oh, we're doing okay. They've only got 3 frigates left. Looks like they might have retreated a couple ships out while we were fighting the Venture. I'm not sure. They've got a wolf that's probably over here cleaning people up. That's probably why there's so few things. Also, as a note, so when we join an ally like this, or someone like this, we get a share of the loot based on our, I believe it's based on our relationship with them and how much damage we did in combat. So the more damage we did as a fleet, the better for us. See, that Shrike is such a good ship. I want one of those. The Shrike is like a high-tech version of a Hammerhead, but it's more aggressive than a Hammerhead. It's delightful. And there goes him, out of control. I think the only real combat ship left here is this Brawler down here. I want you to go for the Brawler. I'll take a swing at the Shepherd and see if we can't poke him. I'm just gonna ignore those and get real close to them with my Vulcan cannons. There we go. Yeah, he's dead. There's no way that survives the Shrike. I'm gonna go this way and intercept the Brawler before it gets out of here. If possible. It looks like the carrier is intercepting him too. Or the carrier's like sending all his fighters at him. I really wish I hope I get in range to fire off a Sabo at him. Oh, did I just slam into a missile? Or something? Something did some damage to me. Oh, it's him. He's got heavy mortars on board. Or heavy mauler on board. Good lord. There we go. And also, I've lost all my armor in the front. That's okay. We took some damage, but we did okay. And more importantly, look, a bunch of freighters that we get to chase down. And look at that. The only combat ship that retreated was the Gemini freighter. which we have 3 pristine wolves to send, and our ally has nothing to send. Join the pursuit. Actually, you know what? The ally's probably going to send the Condor, if I had to take a guess, because it's got fighters on it. It doesn't have point defense fighters? Oh, the Shrike. It's going to send the Shrikes. Look. Okay, Shrike. You have 70% combat readiness still. My dude, what were you doing during that combat? Transfer command. We're going to transfer to the Scary Wolf, and we're going to take command. Yeah, so they're somehow already ahead of us. I have no idea how. The enemy already captured the nav buoy. Are you serious? Yeah, let the enemy capture the nav buoy while we weren't here. Please tell me one of you guys are going to capture that, because we need the nav buoy. Nav buoys increase the speed of your ships by 5%, which total is more than enough to evade us. Avoid him. I don't want you to go after him. Just go this way. I'll go after the freighter. I don't care about the combat ship. You can ignore that one. I'm the fastest in the fleet, so I'll take this, I guess. I'll sit here and capture it. Or just make so they don't have it, I guess. They aren't even going to take the nav buoy. You giant idiots. Someone stay there and capture that. Just someone will. Surely. No? Oh, yes, we did. Okay. Now, the Tarsus does have the ability to fly away very quickly. What it doesn't have, unfortunately for it, is very good defenses. Although I really want to take out that one in front of me. The other one? Yeah, these guys have got this one. Let me drop that up its tailpipe. A couple of those ought to do. I say this one is just a big old cruiser full of supplies, and who knows what's in here? Who knows what goodies might be in here? Although if we've taken out its engines, let's move over to this one. If we could take out both their engines, that would be fantastic. Where are my wolves? You two, eliminate. I don't want you disengaging. It has no guns. It's a freaking freighter. Or it has very little guns, I should say. It doesn't have no guns. It has some guns. I don't have a lot of anti-shield on this ship. That's what I've noticed. Once I run dry on Sabos, I really don't have a lot of anti-shield. You have quite a bit of forward firepower, though. And there we go. Mission done. Oh, the Gemini is still alive. Sure, let's go take out the Gemini. Now, this is a wolf pack. Look at these little ships we got here. Hell yeah. I think I'm probably going to do a little bit more wolf pack tactics in this playthrough. I don't normally do wolf pack tactics. I love wolf pack tactics, which is a lot of small ships, but I also really love hammer and anvil tactics, which is where you have one big ship and you have a bunch of little ships that lead them towards the anvil, so to speak. Also, I like fighters. They're not as good as they used to be. They're not incredibly overpowered like they used to be, but I still enjoy them. I'm just gonna get out of the way of that missile that's about to go rogue. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they did manage to get away with 2 dram tankers, but that's it. And to consider ship recovery. Interesting. We could actually get a Hound that has nothing wrong with it. We could get the Gemini. We could get the Venture. That's somewhat within reason, actually. The Gemini is tempting. Because that is a fighter bay. We don't have a fighter bay currently available. That's very tempting. There are interesting fighters out there that could make a single fighter bay quite useful. I don't think the Venture comes with a fighter bay anymore. It just comes with a, yeah, it comes with a built-in mining pod auxiliary wing. So it comes with a fighter bay, but it has a built-in fighter wing that you can't change, I believe. It only costs us a few supplies to recover these things. Let's recover them, because these are intact ones, and we'll sell them off. We'll pick through the wreckage. We'll take everything we can carry, which is a lot. And then we'll head to Corvus, which is up here and to the left. We're just going to leave our transponder on, because we're about to just go right here to Jengala, which is a hegemony planet, and they'll be very upset with us if we turn off our transponder. Hello. Yeah, because there's a fast picket right there. That would have engaged us if we'd had our transponder off, for example. And also, because we helped that neutral faction, they did like us a little bit more for that. Like the faction itself. Let's go with Sustained Burn. Jungala, Jungle World. Open the common directory and talk to Station Commander Elom Kacha. Your connection request is accepted after a slight delay. Yes, and you are? Ah, you have a report for me. Let's just take a look. Lacey is back on the map. That's excellent news. Says here you've had quite a hand in it too. That won't be forgotten. So just talking to this guy, we get an extra 10 relationship with him and 5 with the faction. So their faction is now welcoming to us. That's pretty good. What do I do now? I don't have anything specific for you right now, but you've got options. There's a bounty in the system right now due to unusually high pirate activity. You've already got some experience dealing with pirates, so that could be a good way to earn some credits. And of course, you could always visit the dockside bars. Good opportunities there sometimes. You could try your hand at salvaging, load up on fuel, machinery, and supplies, and head for the outer systems. Good idea to pick a mission first, so you're not running blind. Someone's usually offering good money to analyze this planet or that derelict, and where there's one, there's often more. Finally, you could take a commission with the hegemony. Due to the Glacia business, your standing is high enough that such a request would be accepted. You'll be expected to fight our enemies, though, so it's quite a commitment. If I were you, I'd hold off on it until I've got a more solid fleet behind you. Thanks, I'll think about it. So that's the question, then. What do we do from here? We could go do some trading. We could try and do some missions to do specific runs. We could head out and explore. We could do some bounty hunting. Or we could beeline for the story. Well, first of all, let's sell off those ships we just purchased. Or just unlocked. Just got for free. Not for free, but for a decent amount. 3,500 credits there. That's a solid amount. And 3,300 credits there. Not bad at all. As a note, like the Wolf, for example, which is arguably worth more than the Wolf, mind you, or the Hound that we just sold, with one D mod is only worth 2,700 credits, whereas this one is worth 5,400. So you can see how much a pristine ship is worth comparatively. Like, also our flagship is pristine Hammerhead. It's worth 16,000, and this non-pristine Hammerhead is worth 6,066. So you can see the weapons, mind you, do affect that, but the huge difference there is not weapons. It's that one defect mod. So I actually kind of like the idea of being like space salvagers. We salvage pristine ships and bring them back and sell them. I kind of like that idea. But in the meantime, let's also sell off all of these delightful things that we don't need. We're going to keep the hammerheads because I like that, or the hammer torpedoes because I like them. And then, ooh, we can look at their fancy military stuff. We're not allowed to buy the Marines because it requires a commission, but we can buy fuel here because they like us enough. But the military is willing to sell us fuel. Also, I'm not really going to go into what all this stuff up at the top means. Just know that big number good, big number good, big number bad for us, good for them. That's pretty much all that there is to know about that. We can take a look at what they've got for sale, though. So, for example, you can see this is a capital class tanker. This is enormous. And you can see there's that Colossus, right, that we just took out. One of those pristine sells to us, mind you. So there's a 30% markup, something like that. 64,000 credits. If we were able to get one of those, oh boy, that'd be worth a lot of money. The salvage gantry, I believe that we can't actually see that. The salvage gantry, I believe, is one of the few things that is capable of like making it so we get more stuff. Yeah, non-combat salvage with more difficult operations, being able to make use of more rigs. Yeah, so that's really useful to get more of those. However, you can see that its maximum burn speed is 8. And our maximum burn speed is based on the slowest ship in our fleet, which is currently 7 plus navigation plus sustained burn plus 1. So we can get up to 8 without sustained burn on. So yeah, we actually have quite a bit of fuel. So actually, you know what? That actually is not slower than the slowest thing on our ship. What is the slowest thing on our fleet? It's probably the Buffalo, I presume, right? Maximum burn 7. Oh, it has a degraded drive field. Oh, that's really bad. Like, really bad. That slows it down significantly. That explains why our fleet is only capable of reaching 18. Okay. I believe we can use... We can't use story points to restore this. We can do credits, though. It costs 34,000. It does have degraded drive field and increased maintenance. 34,000, though. It might be easy to just buy a new one. If we can find one. For sale. which it's not terribly likely that we will, but we can try. You see if the black market has one. Now, the black market has the combat version. The black market here has surprisingly good ships. Probably because it's the capital of the hegemony, so they've got good ships all around. Yeah. Unfortunately, the military ones, they require a commission to sell you ships. Even lowly little frigates, they require a commission. Civilian transport. Yeah, I don't think so. That's a terrible idea. But buying one of these, like, let me put it this way. This cruiser has the same flight speed as that destroyer does, because it doesn't have a degraded drive field like the other one does. Whereas this one has a maintenance supply of 6 per month. So 6 per month, and has a cargo capacity of 900. Whereas this guy has a maintenance capacity of 6.9 per month because he has increased maintenance. And has a cargo capacity of 520. And that's with 120 being bumped up by the mod I gave him. So 64,000 credits for a arguably better freighter. Or a much larger freighter, I should say. That's the same speed. Or I can keep this one and use 34,000 credits to repair it. That's a little brutal, I'm not gonna lie, to choose. I wish I had a commission, because then I could buy one of these. That's a capital ship freighter right there. Whew. However, this is also the first place we've got to. We don't need to buy anything right now. We don't need to decide on anything yet. Let me put it that way. Oh, they do have a Hound A. So the A stands for auxiliary, meaning that it is a combat auxiliary, meaning that the hegemony military has spent resources bringing it up to snuff, essentially. So instead of a civilian ship, it's considered a military ship, and it is a tough mother trucker. We can see if there's anyone down in the dockside bar. Ah, there's a man offering military bounties. You approach, and the Admiral Kacha gives you a profound. Oh, it's the Admiral. Why are you in the bar? Why is he in the bar? Also, I just want to point out, he was like, I don't have any work for you. Go look at the dock, or go look at the bar. I go down to the bar, and the Admiral's there like, you want a job? What the hell, Admiral? Alright, whatever. Let's see. Several assignments on the docket. He looks down at his scrolling his datapad. A coffee, black, certainly no sugar, is cooling on the table beside his hand. What sort of job can you handle? So we can choose a more manageable target. Whatever he's got, and a challenge. Let's go with a manageable target. This kind of adjusts to us, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Pirate hanging out in the Kang star system is 24 light years away. Had a falling out with associate who talked. That gave us enough time to confirm the intel. The reward is 59,000 credits, and you have 120 days to carry the job. He's got like nothing. Ask about a more challenging target. 120,000 credits, 13 light years away. It's much closer. And yeah, that's way more dangerous. So, like this, is a converted freighter. These are also converted freighters, except they're way more dangerous. Because they have fighter craft and missiles. Let's ask about a different target. What about whatever you got? 22 light years, 70,000 credits. So this is the middle one. A single freighter, frigates, couple frigates. That's pretty easily manageable, I think. And it's 77,000 credits. We can do some bounty hunting for that. That is in the edge of our fuel range, mind you. But, mind you, we haven't bought any new fuel yet. Let's take the target. Let's accept this bounty. Leave the bar. We'll go to trade goods. We'll pick up some fuel. That's a lot, but it's enough. It fills our fleet. And let's take a gander. So we've taken this mission, right? Bounty Pirate. I don't know what this one is. Analyze Domain Error Probe. Oh. Let's do bounties. Anything in that direction. We're looking for anything that's in this direction. Exploration missions, hostilities, major events, important. No. Nothing out this way. So we'll grab this guy. We'll bring him in. Target is located in the Delta Sagia star system. Bounty posting contains partial intel on some of the ships in the target fleet. Hey, they all have D-mods. It didn't say that before. They're really junk. Wow, okay. Show on map. Delta Sagia. Lay in a course, please. And we will... how much crew do we have? We have 264 out of 168. So we've got a bit of extra crew, but we do have some extra capacity for crew. So let's pick up a few crew. Let's pick up exactly enough 300 crew. and we'll pick up a few Marines. We don't really need Marines for much, but I'm going to grab a couple extra because I like having them. It makes me feel safe. The way I like to imagine that is they're just constantly following my character around while they're on ship. Like, these Marines are just extra bodyguards, basically. And because we have the ability, we can just jump out of the system inside of this area right here. Boop, and now we're outside. Emergency burn. Pursuing scavenger. That is a pirate fleet of significant proportions. However, we have a bounty to take care of. So, real quick, I'm going to explain hyperspace. This stuff is deep hyperspace. It uses fuel to move through hyperspace, period. Deep hyperspace slows you down. The glowing bits, which you can see there, are hyperspace storm. He's going after us now, isn't he? Oh, no, he's not. That's a different guy. Hyperspace storms redirect you and fling you off in random directions, and moving through hyperspace takes an amount of fuel equivalent to your movement speed. So you're not really ever going to be doing better or worse depending on the path you take, depending on storms. Storms can also damage your ships. You can, much like you can slow down to go through asteroid belts, you can slow down to go through storms. It's not perfect, but you do get through them without taking damage and stuff like that. Now, sometimes you might want to use a storm to make yourself go faster, because a storm can jettison you so fast that it's a little bit ridiculous. So basically, you're just kind of saving time by weaving around storms and deep hyperspace as much as possible. There are also other things in hyperspace that we'll see. I'm sure we'll see more of when we get to them. We're going to just fly right in through this section right here. And we're going to keep going this way. We're going to slow down and go straight here. Because we don't really want to go through storms if we don't have to. Being in a storm also lights you up like a Christmas tree on sensors. So it makes you ultra visible to anyone nearby. Which some pirates will chase you for that, because they can see you. If pirates can see you, they might chase you. So, whereas it's worth, it doesn't really matter going slow through asteroid belts, it's probably worth your time going slow through hyperspace storms, because good God, there are so many of them in this region. And getting blasted and having your supplies chewed up by a storm is pretty detrimental. There we go. Because storms, like I said, they do, yeah, there we go. They do damage to you. They also might send you off in random directions, entering slipstreams, for example, that you don't want to be in. That caused you to go in a certain direction, and that really screwed us up, as you can see. And that's why you go slowly through storms. Because they'll send you off in random directions, because fuck you, that's why. There we go. Up and around. There we go. And also you can see that did do damage to us, so we lost almost 20 supplies doing that, repairing that ship. It's this way. It didn't say where in the star system he is, just that he's somewhere in this star system, so we might as well start at the outer jump point and work our way inwards. Alternatively, leave, go to this one, and if it says there's a hostile fleet next to the jump point, then we know where he is. Now, okay, he might be on the fringe, though. But usually they're hanging out near a planet. So we'll see which one of these planets seems like the most likely he might be hanging out near. Barren, volcanic, Tundra world or the barren world might be the most likely. We can do a sensor ping, but that'll give us away. Not that we're that... Ooh, I saw that. We're not terribly concerned about him chasing us down, because remember, we're here to chase him down. I'm going to do a quick save real quick. And he's hanging out over here, I think. Ooh, no, it's a domain error probe. Well, I mean, while we're here, we might as well take a look around. Oh, they just... There was no hostile defenses. They just gave us stuff. Domain era survey ship. Okay, so a domain era survey ship is one of the largest ships in the game that we can salvage, and it's really good. Also, domain era probe is enough to make a salvage field, so we'll take a dang gander at some salvage here. Okay, we know he's not here. We'll do another sensor burst, so we'll go check out the next star, the next planet. Also, we can check out Intel real quick to see where that probe survey ship is. So we know it's here. Here's the nice part. In vanilla, this will just stay here forever. We can come back to it whenever we want. Oh, hello. Oh, he's pursuing us. Well, that saves us some trouble now, doesn't it? Hi, how you doing? You know what? Let's talk to you. Shannon Liu, trend yourself and your goods, or you'll be taking a very long walk out the airlock once I've claimed your ship. Well, isn't that very nice of you? It would be a shame if someone had more combat ships than you did in your entire fleet. That's delightful. We're gonna stay on board the ship, and we're gonna launch everyone but this wolf. We should be able to take this down. Once again, we have the destroyers kind of soaking up attention and going for the main body of the fleet. Because they have so many D-mods, they genuinely might just fall apart in the middle of combat, which would be hilarious. Also, that ship over there is a combat freighter, so I'm basically just going to ignore them. Pretend they don't exist while I go after their friends. Oh, they do have a wolf over there. Yeah, I'll go after the wolf. That ought to do some damage. Now, mind you, chasing down a wolf is a difficult task inside of a destroyer, because they're very fast little shits. Try and pound it with my railguns from a distance. And you can see they just teleport away when they get damaged. They're just like, nah, I don't want to take any damage today. Thank you. Did you really let yourself get hit by a salamander? Salamanders are the missiles that he's firing, and they swing around and go after your engines. That's their entire job. There we go. One of you down. I'll fire that torpedo up there to see if I can get him to go the other way. Ooh, shit, he's got a mining blaster. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That was a really poor plan on his part. I believe, yeah, that's everything. Consider ship recovery. What do they got? That's not gonna be worth money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 D-mods? That's not worth any money. No, there's no way. Continue. They were worth the salvage. Ooh, augmented drive field. Increases maximum burn level by 2. And S-mod bonuses increases maximum burn level by a further 1. Wow. So you could bump a ship's drive speed by 3 with 1 mod. That's really good. We're just going to learn that immediately. So instead of putting it in my inventory, I just learned it. So I just have it now. And we can see we got the credits immediately because we're close enough to the core systems that we're still in communications range. We just got the completion immediately. We can take a look at the other planets here and see if there's anything interesting. Because there was a domain error probe on one planet. Sometimes there's a domain error probe on multiple planets. If one has a probe, chances are there might be something else in the system. You never know. We'll take a gander over here. Anything over here that's interesting? Oh, okay. The last place I would check would be the star itself. The star itself can have very interesting things in the gravity well. We'll pop a signal burst. Nothing. Okay, I think we're alone here. We'll head out this way, and we'll head out past the planet that's out here. If there's anything on the planet, we'll see. Nothing. All right. And we'll avoid the nebula so we don't slow down. And out we go. Worship to hyperspace. And we should have more than enough fuel to get back. Also, if I may make an observation, there was a slipstream down here we could use to move further in this direction, although I don't know how much faster it's going to be. But there was a slipstream here, and using it could be fun. If it's still here, they can move. Slipstreams can move around a little bit, but it was right down this way. If it's still here. I don't think it is, because it was further away than that. Oh, hello. So, this is a thing you get occasionally. What's the button for it? It's interjection pulse. No idea what those things are. They were added in another update at some point that does things. And I don't really know what they are. We're going to try and go slow through this so that we don't burn up all of our supplies before we get back to a station. Also, try and watch ahead of you to see where the storms are gonna be, so you can try and find a safe-ish way through various areas. Because just because they're like that lighter blue color doesn't mean they're gonna be a storm. As you can see, they kind of shift colors continuously. And we can do sustained burn out this direction. So that slipstream was gone, as you may have noticed. It was gone. It was gone again. There's a star system here that we could take a quick gander at. We don't have a ton of supplies on hand, so we're just going to pass by these stars. Oh, there's another slipstream. You can see it appearing on the minimap there. But it's going in the wrong direction, and we really don't want to cross it, because it'll suck us off in that direction. That's really inconveniently placed for us. I think there was a storm like here-ish. Squeak on through. There we go. That's the end of the slipstream. So we can go right over here. Slipstreams are really cool, but they're not always pointed in the direction you want them to be, you know? Also, we can see some bounties. What do we got here? Let's see. Where are we? We're here. Any interesting bounties around us? No, it doesn't look like it. All the bounties are way outside of the core systems. That's understandable. Ooh, what the? Ah, that's a green fleet. We're gonna avoid that. Because they are not friendly. Survey barren world for the pirates? So you can see this is because we are close enough to the core systems now that we're in communications range, and so they're talking to us again, basically. We wanted to go to... We don't actually need to go anywhere to collect the bounty, but going somewhere like that we're friendly with, like Jingala, to get supplies is never a bad idea. Really, we can go anywhere for supplies. Personal bounty, Slaughterhouse Ciderus. That's a lot of cruisers. Yeah, I don't think I can fight that with my ship. My fleet, thank you very much. Let's see. Nasanbati Hegemony. That's a lot of stuff as well. That's one big ship and then a lot of smaller ships. The problem is a lot of small ships can still be very deadly in the right hands. That's easy. That's an easy fleet. Where's this guy? He's way out here. Noted. And the only exploration mission currently is survey a volcanic world for the Persian League. And there's a bounty out there past him, which is Cane Hole, which might be doable. Also for the Persian League. Also this lady's way out there too. Okay, so we could stop by a planet here. Maybe pick up another combat ship and go out this way and take out this bounty and this survey. Definitely need to pick up supplies somewhere, so we'll pick this up. And we'll lay in course that bounty as soon as we pick up some supplies somewhere. Let's grab, I think... Well, if we're going to be working with the Persian League, we might as well stop off at Kazaron. That's the, main location for their military, at least the one that I like remember off the top of my head. It's Thule, right? Yeah. We'll let the autopilot take us there for once. Order a jump, turn the transponder on, and then jump. It does remind you to turn the transponder on, which is very nice, because look, there's a patrol right there. So the Persian League uses a lot of midline ships, which is very nice. Go. And we'll go talk to the main headquarters. You can see they've got fleets everywhere around here. So, first of all, let's... Oh, we have an AI core. Right. We should probably do something about that. So we could sell the AI core on the black market, and it be worth 10,000 credits. Or, a trick you can do. It's not really a trick, but if you open the comm directory and you find the highest ranking person, usually a station commander, you can say, I'd like to turn these AI cores I've acquired. Excellent, fine, citizen. The polity of Kazaron, and of course the Persian League as a whole, will recognize and reward your fulfillment of patriotic duty assisting in fighting these dangerous objects. Select AI cores to turn in. And you can see they'll give us 10,000 bounty, which is as much as we would have gotten for selling it, and will improve our faction standing. And you can see that there was a slide there that said bounty gain versus reputation gain. Some factions will give you more reputation, but less bounty, and more bounty and less reputation, depending on who they are. So there we go. We've increased our relationship with the Persian League by 1, and we got 10,000 credits for fucking nothing. For something we were already going to do anyway. Anyway. So, let's take a look at what they've got. And they've got excellent midline ships just available here. And look, a freighter. Goodbye, ISS Night Runner. You've been sold. For only 1,000 credits. That's ridiculous. But you can see we now have the Peleus, which is much better. And you can see we can sell it back for 6,000 credits. That 2 hull mods that it had reduced, or 2 defects that it had reduced its price down to 1,000 out of 6,000. Like even basic bitch freighters are just ridiculous. And we can do expanded cargo hulls, and we could do augmented drive field on this, which would make it very fast. It would actually make it the fastest ship in our fleet, I think, except for the Wolves. But that's very silly. We don't need that. Because just getting rid of that hull mod means that we are now faster. Although, if I did do that, it can do that for no difficulty, right? That means its burn speed is now 10, which means it is faster than my frigates now, or it is fast as my frigates. So that means our max burn speed is now 9 instead of 8. So that does make us faster. I think, actually, no, because no, you're a 9 as well, because you're a frigate. Yeah, so we actually have increased our burn speed up to 9 now. So we'll actually be able to move much faster. So instead of 6, it's now 9, which is much faster. And we can do repair ships. And we can take a look at other ships they might have. So, for example, there's the one we just sold, the ISS Night Runner. By ISS Night Runner. You were useful, but we are replacing you. We could grab a salvage rig. We are heading to a surveying a planet, so having a salvage rig might not be the worst thing to have. We could grab a vigilance. A vigilance is essentially a kind of a backline frigate that fires missiles because it stocks a medium-sized missile. Sizes, by the way, are small, medium, and large when it comes to weapon sizes. So they're pretty good. Wayfarer, combat freighter. Those are pretty good. They're not the best. Let's see what's on the black market here. We can get an Eagle for 128,000. We do not have enough money for that. Ooh, we do actually have enough money for that. That's tempting, but that's stupid. A Condor light carrier might not be a bad thing. A Venture cruiser. We could slap augmented drive fuel on that. We'd still be able to move at 9. It's actually kind of tempting because that's a midline ship that's mainly meant for it's kind of meant for mining and exploration purposes. And if that's what we're doing, that's not a bad idea. Now, mind you, we do have a whopping 7 supplies in our hold, so we probably should purchase some supplies before we get gung-ho about buying a bunch of ship. But, another wolf actually could be is tempting to me. Again, more members for the wolf pack is very tempting. I wish these monitors were not full of defect mod, because these are tanks. These are frigate-sized tanks. They're really good. Or they're pretty good, I should say. It depends on how your strategy, of course, how you want to play it. But if you're playing it right, and you're using them for distractions like you should be, they're very good, because they have a fortress shield that reduces all damage taken by shields to basically nothing. Just so little damage. I think they have a 360-degree shield, don't they? Yeah, no, 300. 300-degree shield. Vigilance could be tempting. Is tempting, because it is a fast ship. It would be part of our wolf pack, so to speak, if we were to bring it in. Or a salvage rig. I'm thinking salvage rig. And we slap an augmented drive field on that sucker. Yeah, I think that. And then we'll also buy supplies, because good lord, we need them. Also, look, they're available here quite. Also, as a note, on any commodity, we can press F1 to see where they're the cheapest and where they're the most expensive. So actually, we're at the best place to buy them right now. That's awesome. That was completely accidental, and I love that. All right, we'll buy some supplies here. I knew there's a reason Kazaron was in my mind. I don't know if it's always that way or not, but we're going to buy a whopping 200 supplies, because we can. We pay 21,000 credits. We'll pick up... We don't need any extra Marines. We'll pick up some heavy machinery, because we need some. Said we needed 50, right? So just in case we lose a little bit, here's 80. We'll refit to this guy right here. You don't have anything I can spend on you. No, I don't. You will slap an augmented drive field on you, and that's all we can do, because that takes up your entirety of your ordnance points. That's okay with me. You will give you 2 capacitors. Alright, we go back to fleet, and we've got 96,000 credits to spare. A vigilance is 18k. How much extra cargo capacity does that give? 40? Extra 15 extra crew. Again, it's a combat ship. It's not meant to give us extra stuff. We could pick up one of the Condors. Now, mind you, so something we haven't gotten into yet is buying things on the black market is suspicious. Let me put it that way. Because all of your transactions are kept log of, right? So when you dock with a fleet of 6 ships and you leave with a fleet of 7 ships, the AI goes, now hang on a minute. Where did that other ship come from? Specifically, buying things from the black market is more dangerous when you have your transponder on. And remember, we have our transponder on currently. So, buying shit from the black market, we might be able to get away with it. Might. Especially if we get the fuck out of here. But, like, in a hurry. But it's not always perfect. And mind you, all these condors are the same. I just had a great idea. I could name my name ships after people from the stream chat. That's a fun idea. The Condor would give us an extra 120 cargo capacity, an extra whole chunk of crew, and more importantly, 2 fighter bays, which could be fun. We could pick up another Buffalo, which is 400 cargo capacity, which is not to be scoffed at. Heavy frigate Vanguard class. I don't think I've ever seen this design before. Is this new? Is it new? This might be new. Let's see. Ancient and tough heavy frigate featuring robust construction, combat burn drive, and no modern shields. Instead, the Vanguard is equipped with an integrated damper field of archaic design, but tuned to modern standards. This allows the Vanguard to allocate 100% of its flux buildup to weapon systems, leaving defense to its heavy armor enhanced by obscure physics of a resonant field dampening. Interesting. It's really cheap to deploy. Recovery cost is 3. That's amazing. Maintenance per month is 6. That's fair. Air capacity of 50, crew 50, so an extra 20. Interesting. That's kind of tempting, I'm not going to lie. It has a burn drive and a damper field. It has 2 things. Interesting. That's kind of tempting. 3 small composite and 5 small ballistic. We'll try it out at some point. I don't think now is the time to do so. Right now we're just going to buy a Vigilance to sit in the back line. Ooh, shiny wolf. Shiny wolf. Let's go. We're going to stock this thing up with weapons real quick. We'll see what they've got for sale here. You only have black market items available. The more black market things we purchase, the worse it gets. IR Auto Lance. What is this? This is new. Long-range beam weapon with high burst damage. It's going to be effective against fighters and in the right circumstances against opposed hull. Almost entirely effective against shields and features an interact to prevent automatic anti-shield fire unless fully charged. So low sustained damage output due to needing to regenerate charges. So we can actually do this real quick and run a simulation. I'm just curious what this thing looks like. Ooh. That's neat. So you said this is specifically against like anti-fighters and unarmored hull. Oh, wow, it takes a while to recharge. Oh, but it does recharge 10 of them. So I'm holding down the fire. That is a very slow charge rate. Okay, and we can undo that real quick, and we get our money back. Until we choose to accept the build, essentially, we get it doesn't really spend our money. It just keeps track of how much we're spending. Let's grab a mining blaster, because we've already proven that's really good on this. We have 2 hammer torpedoes in the holds. Absolutely. Going for maximum anti-armor here. Let's grab... Ooh, actually, if we're going hammer torpedoes on the sides, 2 ion cannons might not be bad. In the forward-facing ones? Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. Sometimes it can pay to undergun your ships like this because just it's a more useful utility, or it costs less ordnance points. So you can put more points into faster defense and hull mods. Let's go with the burst point defense lasers on the side. And let's go with... No, we don't care about that. All types. Let's definitely go with... Augmented drive field to make it even faster. Oh my god, could you imagine a wolf pack with 12 burn speed at all times? That would be amazing, actually. Let's go with... This is an ion ship. We want it to be able to keep up with people really effectively. I think we're okay without unstable injector on this ship. Safety overrides is tempting. Safety overrides is like unstable injector on crack. It basically like it puts the whole ship on crack, but it reduces its performance time by a factor of 3. It prevents you from actively venting and drastically reduces all weapon range past 450 units. So it's pretty brutal. It's very useful for certain builds, but on like standard builds, not the most useful thing. What do we have on our other ones? Unstable injector and auxiliary thrusters. Ah, that would be why you're so fast, because you have unstable injector. Well, you know what? We could use you with a chaser as well, actually, because your weapon range is only 400, right? 500. Yeah, let's put unstable injector on you. And we'll bump up your vents and capacitors. Interesting. Endurance points left. I don't have anything to spend it on, though. If I bump you up to 3, if I take away, like, 1 vent, what could I do? We could do a flux coil adjunct instead, for 4. So we take away 2 points there from capacitors, and we'll give it a flux distributor. This increases its flux dissipation by another additional 30, but it stacks with vents, basically. Because we can't put more vents on, but we can put this on instead. It's kind of an extra way of just getting a little bit of extra performance out of it, when you don't have enough points to actually spend. So, for example, how much does that cost for one of these? 8. Probably not worth it on the big ship. Void Clipper. BLS Void Clipper. Well, you're ISS Void Clipper now, baby. I can't change that. Hang on. ISS, not ISSSS. Void Clipper. And you are ISS Elias. There you go. And you could say the Green Moon. Sure, why not? Weapon groups, make sure that your groups are auto-assigned. We should be good here. Ion cannons should be on the same group, because we want them shooting at the same time. Well, I guess they can shoot all different targets, too. Sure, why not? Alright. We're going to repair our ships, cost 8 supplies. We're going to grab a few extra supplies before we head out, because we have the extra money to do so. And we have an extra 100 crew in case we find something useful out there. And we are going to head out. And we're going to immediately pause and transverse jump because we don't want the cops catching up. Yeah, see? Pursuing our fleet. Goodbye! you don't need to inspect my cargo hold. That's just not important. You don't need to do that. So we are heading up towards our mission that we took. So we took a local exploration mission. We took a mission up here in Nix. This is the mission we took. And there's a bounty on the way there. This guy. Show on map. And where did it say he was? Hang on. We're going to be heading out near a cryovolcanic world in a system with a dwarf primary star in the Namarak Nebula. Alright, Namarak Nebula. So, a dwarf... A brown dwarf is what it said? A dwarf primary star. Well, we got 2 primary yellows, 2 primary orange stars, and a single red dwarf and a blue giant. I think he's here on Tartarus. And of course for Tartarus. And let's turn our transponder off because we're no longer inside their solar system. They don't need to see our transponder. Ooh, loaded with fuel. Tempting. So as a note, you can immediately turn to piracy if you want and just start attacking whoever you want. Ooh, things. Anything over in this direction? Nah, it's that direction. We're gonna have to pass through a slipstream, aren't we? Ooh. We didn't buy fuel. Oops. So when you run out of fuel in hyperspace, you slowly drift towards the nearest star. And not towards the planet, the star. Which means we're drifting directly into the corona of a star. And this appears to be... Thankfully, it is populated. So we'll be able to first of all, get out of the damn solar flare. We spawned, not only in the corona, we spawned in the solar flare of the star. Delightful. We'll go to here, and we'll grab some fuel. I cannot believe I forgot to buy fuel. I feel like a giant idiot. Probably should turn on my, yeah, oh. They didn't take any issue with the fact that I just turned on my comms right outside their system. Or right outside the station. I'm sure it's fine. Everything's fine. Repair and leave, and we'll do another transverse jump out of here. Yeah, see, for example, that fleet has 4 combat ships, basically. So if you were turned to piracy, you could really do some numbers there. We're going to bump to that slipstream, though, so that's slightly concerning. And also, there's some storms here. Yeah, it's a big slipstream, though. That's a chunky boy. So getting through there is going to be a little difficult, I think. We're going to go up and around it, I think. No! Hang on. Emergency burn. There we go. Okay. So, getting sucked down the whole thing would be pretty brutal, honestly. So, we might as well emergency burn our way out of there. Like, that would be such a waste of our time and supplies to get sucked so far away from our objective. Yeah. Alright. None of these also are considered in the Amarak Nebula, right? Nah, this area is not. This is the Ballworm Nebula. Micyon Constellation. Yeah, these are all... Yeah, it's just this one. Alright, it said a cryovolcanic world, if I remember correctly. Bounties. This guy. Cryovolcanic world. So we gotta find a cryovolcanic world. There's only 2 planets, so we'll jump in on the fringe. A desert world. Ooh, a desert world. So, one of the things you can also do in this game is you can actually set up your own colonies in this world, in this game. And so one thing I like to do is keep an eye out for useful worlds when I'm out and about. This guy, ooh, he's got friends. Okay. Ooh, okay. He's pursuing me, but his friend is not. I don't know what the other guy is. We're gonna do a quick save, just in case things go poorly, but we should be okay, because all those frigates are unshielded. And then the two main ships are our size, but they're freighters, not combat ships. And look at the D-mods across the board. So we should be okay here. We didn't even talk to him. But we're going to definitely deploy all of our ships, because there's a lot of enemy ships here. And we're definitely prepared to launch Sabos. Sabos, if we need them. And the Hammerhead here, pretty much strategy here is just do damage where we can. So, for example, lasers here, fantastic against people with no shields. Really bad against people with shields. Also, I'm just gonna accelerate my ammo feeders and just turn this guy into slag real quick. He decided to fly right in front of 2 destroyers. He was not paying attention. I see those missiles. Those are salamanders, and they're not coming for me. They also lost a mud skipper already, and that... Hold on. I just want to point out, this guy is so screwed. He's got our new ion cannon guy, which is really good against people who don't have shields. And guess what he doesn't have? Shields. And he's got the, he's got the really fast guy that also has an ion cannon. So he's got 3 ion cannons aimed at him, and he's got no shields to stop them. That guy is so screwed. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm also in combat, I would definitely just watch that guy explode. This should be any second now that guy should explode. 3, 2, there he is. Oh, they gave this hound shields? Who gave a hound shields? What's wrong with you people? So they actually did overload me, but I overloaded them as well. And they're overloaded longer. Torpedoes away! Yeah, we made real short work of that guy once the Wolfpack arrived. Wolfpack, man, they're very good. They're very aggro, and they just turn people into slag real quick, like. Well, both of you guys, and you, I'll focus that guy down. You focus him down, you should be able to take him out relatively easily. And I will distract the big guy, because he's also an officer. So you can see that, like, icon above him, I haven't explained that yet. That icon above him there, that is a officer, meaning that he has someone on board who is a commander, essentially. That is giving them stats. Of some kind. Soaked up that torpedo, but will he soak up this one? Yep, he soaked it with his face is what he did with that one. Alright, anyone still out here? Oh yeah, there's actually a ship out here still. Oh, never mind. He killed him. We're good. He's down. Oh man. Okay, consider ship recovery. Yes. No, because they don't have anything I want. Oh, also, mud skippers. You saw that they died immediately. They are hilariously dumb ships, and I love them. So, a mud skipper. A mud skipper is the same that I have for moving people, right? This is a mud skipper Mark II. A series of ill-advised modifications have been made to militarize this normally harmless hull. Whether it's more dangerous to its crew or to its enemies remains a point of contention at dockside bars. But these modifications are often favored by pirates seeking to create the impression of overwhelming firepower. I want to point out what it has in stock. It has 1 weapon. It carries a large ballistic. So it carries a capital ship or cruiser grade ballistic weapon on a frigate. It's so dumb. It has no shields. It is so easy to just push over and kill. It's just strip out the entirety of a ship, and it's basically just a flying gun. This is the A-10 Warthog, but it's bad. It's just a bad A-10 Warthog. It's just... It's someone built a ship around... We got its gun. That's funny. Take a drink of water. That's amazingly lucky. We got its gun. That gun is worth 3,000 credits. The one gun is worth 3,000 credits. You can buy some ships for that much money. Also, we got some supplies from them, too. Nice. We're gonna continue. Oh, the mule is just derelict here. So sometimes this also happens, where a ship will be still salvageable after combat, and its name is unknown. We know what its name is, but we don't really care, because we didn't bother to look. And we consider ship recovery, where we can go, not now, and salvage it and get more supplies from the combat. Oh, also, there's a salvage field from them, too. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Because we also have the salvage gantry, which gives us a bonus there. And we can see what's else in this world. It's not a fleet, I don't think. It's a mining... Are you kidding me? Okay. So, a mining station is not a real mining station. It's a station, but it's derelict. I mean, we can explore it and break it for cargo. So, we've also got the, fleet-wide salvaging capability right there. That's the salvage gantry being available. 26 supply, all this delightful stuff, and AI core. Excuse me? Combat drone replicator. Mass produces a number of drone variants, all suited to various tasks related to planetary defense against raids and invasions, as well as local security actions. Its use was banned by the domain many cycles prior to the collapse, so it's surprising to find a working example in the Persian sector. Colonies to ground defenses increased by 1.5. Holy crap. Okay, I never find cool stuff like this when I'm playing this game on my own. I'm just gonna talk to one streamer like, that's awesome. That's really cool. So that's one of the things we can use for our colony, or we could sell it for a tidy 60,000 credits, which is really good. Solar shielding. That's kind of cool. Basically, this makes it so that we can operate inside solar corona without being, like, 75% better. It also reduces energy damage taken. Increases protection from solar corona and similar hazards to 100%? Hold up. So if we use story points and put this on all of our ships, we could have a fleet that can operate inside of a star's corona? Oh my god. That's... For combat purposes? When you have actual combat inside of a corona take place, it damages everybody very quickly and does damage to everybody in the battle. Having 100% resistance to that would be hilarious. I don't think I want to use this, but that's awesome. Also, as you can see, there's a whopping 17,000 ore here. We'll pick it up, what we can carry, and we'll just drop it when we don't need it. And then we can also salvage what's the debris field from the station itself. And you can see we got something different from there. So we got volatiles. We can drop the ore off. Because ore is worth less than refined metal. We can also bring up all of the fuel and delicious bits we found there. And we can bring back the little bit of metal we got. And we can leave. There's a mining station here. Let's check the desert world. I'm curious. It's... Hello? Those solar shades? They're solar shades. Or stellar mirrors. Hang on. I think they're designed to make it hotter on the planet, not... they're diverting... Okay, so they're shading this side on the sun side and diverting light to the back side. So it must be, like, tidally locked with the star. Which, that's already there. Let's perform a survey. Extreme weather. It is habitable, though. Orbital solar array. Increases food production by 2 for farming. Interesting. Extreme weather, plus 25. Hot, plus 25 hazard. And habitable, minus 25 hazard. Survey. Sparse ore and sparse rare ore. So we wouldn't want to do mining here. But they do have a solar array, which means farming would be good here. Although there's not like rich farmland, but like that's pretty good. Plus 2 farming is pretty good by default. We will leave. And you see there the option for establish a colony. We are not establishing a colony. But that is interesting to note. Ooh, there's something else out there too. What is that? It's a debris field. Why is there a debris field? Anything else out here? Let's take a gander through this debris field, shall we? Okay, that's not too bad. Got a little bit extra loot there. Hold on, are we oversupply? No, we're not oversupply. Dude, but we did level up. I'm guessing this is from the combat that we leveled up, not actually from the other one. We can grab... industry is tempting. Industry is very tempting. Keep in mind, we can only get 15 of these, so... For combat purposes, I think... Grabbing... Target analysis is really good. Because it... and fighters from piloted ship. That's... Oh, right, that's the damage to fighters and missiles. Or we can go for a fleet-wide bonus down here. So leadership affects a lot of other stuff. Perfect. Now do it again. I love that quote there. That's a fantastic quote. Plus weapon damage for combat ships, maximum 5%. Maximum at 240% or 240 or less total combat ship deployment point cost. Total fleet total is 40. Let's see. Marine casualties suffered during ground operations. 50% effectiveness of ground operations such as rage. Ooh, that's tempting. Extra weapon damage and extra effectiveness of ground operations is really tempting. And if we're going to do Wolf Pack, that's really tempting, actually. I feel like that got buffed, because I don't remember there being something that affects marine operations, but it might not be. It might be the same. That's just constant, right? Yeah, it doesn't require an elite point. Also, with officers including flagship, nav rating of fleet for deployed frigates, 3% for destroyers, 1.1% for larger hulls. 50% to command point recovery rate for deployed frigates, 25 from destroyers. That's the nav relay in the operations center. Right. Total nav rating for the deployed fleet size ships of the fleet increases the top speed of all ships in the fleet up to a maximum of 20%. Does not apply to fighters. For deployed 6% for deployed frigates. Up to a maximum of 20%. So, three frigates and a destroyer, and we'd be capping that out, which we frequently do 3 frigates and a destroyer. 20% speed boost, not bad, though. Let's see. 20% damage to ships larger than frigates if frigate, 10% damage to capital ships and cruisers if destroyer. So attacking a ship bigger than us. I mean, if we're going to go with a wolf pack, grabbing the ability that's literally called wolf pack tactics might be a good idea. Because that's all frigates and destroyers with officers, including flagship. All frigates and destroyers with officers. That's important. With officers. Interesting. I mean, 20% damage boost to all ships with officers is pretty tempting. I'm pretty sure one of these down here lets me pick up more officers as well. Crew training, plus 50% maximum combat readiness for combat ships, maximum plus 15%. That's really good as well. And if we're sticking with Wolfpack again, that's also really good. Let's see. Faster fighter replacement rate. That's fighter uplink. If we're going to avoid fighters on this one, then we probably don't want to grab that. Yeah, there's officer training. Plus 1 to maximum level of officers under your command. Plus 1 to maximum number of elite skills for your officers under your command. And plus 2 command points. Honestly, going like Wolfpack with extra officers, kind of like the idea. I like the idea of it. Let's do it. And we will confirm that. Yes, that's Wolfpack Tactics. Yes, I make sure I grab the right one. Because that would suck if I grabbed the wrong one. Okay. Okay, and then we can get on out of here. We'll head to this jump point. Or jump to hyperspace. Helmsman, take us deep. Okay, and now the mission we accepted, which should be important, is Nyx right here. Go. Now we know where we're going. This is a nice open chunk of hyperspace. I like this, and I had to open my mouth. It's a nice open chunk of hyperspace. Slams directly into cloud. This Nyx? This is Nyx. Ooh, there's a warning beacon here. Ooh, it's medium. Okay. Okay. So, warning beacons mean that there's something in the system that's very dangerous. I won't spoil what it is if you don't know, but, we're gonna jump to the fringe, and we're gonna turn our sustained burn off, and we're gonna go real fucking slow through this planet. Through the system. Where do they want us? There's a gate here. Volcanic world and a tundra world. Okay. They want us to survey the volcanic world. There's an inactive gate. We're not going to use our sensor package until we get to the ship. Oh, there's stuff there. Okay. There's stuff here, and they are active. Okay. We're going to save. I'm not going to explain anything about what's happening. I'm not going to explain anything that's happening right now. You sons of bitches sent me into a goddamn planet with this fucking people in here. Yeah, that's fucking... Oh god, there's multiples of them. Son of a bitch. What I will explain is that these are their sensor ranges. If we go in there, they'll be able to see us. Just have to get to that planet. Just have to get to the planet. There's fucking 3 of them now. Son of a bitch. And there's at least 1 right there. Oh, he didn't see us. Okay. Oh god, there's 1 up here. Okay, he's going over there. What's your speed? 9 and 9. What's our maximum burn? Maximum burn level's 10. Okay, at full speed, we can get away from them. If we have to. I don't want to have to. Okay, they're splitting up. Oh my god, we got it. Holy crap. Also, derelict ship. I almost don't even care what it is. This is dangerous. This is danger time. Thin atmosphere, tectonic activity, and extreme heat. Well, why do you want me to perform a survey of this fucking planet? Because it has abundant ore and extensive ruins, I see. Extensive ruins are tempting, but that's also really dangerous. We're gonna leave now. And, it'd be stupid of us not to explore the ruins while we have the chance, right? Let's explore the ruins. What could go wrong? Oh, there's a pod. Ooh, Administrator Simon Dust has entered your service. Cool. The thawing process completes, and the pod opens. It contains an experienced planetary administrator who joins you out of gratitude for being rescued. Buddy, I don't think you're in any better situation than you were a couple seconds ago, because we are in dangerous places. There's also the matter of supplies in the ruins, which is significant. We'll take the supplies, definitely. Ooh, what is that? That's domestic goods. They're worth more than ore, and they're definitely worth more than metal, so we'll take those. Although, first we'll take the transplutonics, because they're worth a fuckload. We'll take the Hephaestus assault gun, we'll take the Reaper torpedo, we'll take whatever this is. Phase anchor mod spec. Phase cloak's activation cost is 0. Oh, it's for phase ships. We haven't even seen a phase ship yet. And also, a blueprint package for high-tech ships. Only worth... Oh, it's for weapons. Oh, it's got the Fury, the Shrike, and the Wolf. Nice. So if we were to make a colony, we can use this to make these ships and weapons, which we are absolutely learning this once we can get out of this system. We're going to take the rest of our inventory space for domestic goods because they're worth more than metal. And we'll take 2, 3 extra as well, even though it goes over because we're going to learn these immediately, and they all take up 1 space, I believe. Actually, they don't take up 1 space, apparently. Interesting. We are not establishing a colony. We are leaving. We're gonna pause. Okay, they don't see me. We're gonna learn these real quick. Oh, they do take up space. Dang it, game, you lied to me. And we're gonna go this way. And we're just gonna get on out of here. Because that's an enforcer destroyer that's just kind of sitting there. It's extra that's just sitting there. We're gonna leave. We do not want to be in this place. Oh, okay. You know what? We can just transverse jump out of here. Okay, bye. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not a heavy combat fleet. I don't want to deal with you people. Okay, done. Mission accomplished. You know, we just described Wolfpack tactics, and we have an officer available for promotion. You know what? Kelly Harper, congratulations. You've been promoted. What ship do I want to give you, Kelly? You're a steady commander. So, ooh, the other destroyer. And you already have gunnery implants, which is perfect for auto-firing weapons. So you are assigned there. And I can make one of your skills elite, or I could mentor you. So mentoring them allows you to influence their personality. So, for example, I could mentor him towards being cautious or aggressive. I think I'm going to leave him on steady. Steady is a good place for destroyers. Destroyers are good having a steady commander in charge. Okay, and then that is where we'll go there. And let's go... we got that intel done. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get back to civilization. Holy crap. I don't ever want to go there again. Okay, I'm good. Goodbye. Ah, crap. Nope, slow down. Okay. I clipped it slightly because I was, I didn't turn fast enough because I have a intense burn on. How many supplies we got? 150? Let's check out this star system real quick. Yellow stars sometimes have good shit in them in terms of planets. Barren and cryovolcanic. In another barren world. Only one stable location. No, 2 stable locations. Okay. It's not the most interesting world, but or space system. Solar system. We'll check it out real quick. We'll do a quick drive-by of all the planets and see if there's anything interesting here. And we'll get out of here if there's nothing interesting. We got the supplies to burn. Nothing here. Nothing here. Let's go check out the star. Nothing. Alright. It was worth a shot. Worth a shot to look. Okay. We're gonna jump to hyperspace. Also, I love that we can get up to 20 speed with sustained burn. That's fantastic. Because we got that +1 from navigation. So our total burn speed is 10. That's just so good. Let's head back to... Thule is the one that has Kazaron. Let's head back to let's just head back into the core systems and see what what pops up. See if there's anything interesting that pops up once we get there. See if any interesting missions pop up or anything like that. Ooh, a slipstream. Yeah, we can take that slipstream too. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's jump aboard the slipstream. Whee! So, the narrower the slipstream, the faster it propels you. And you can see we are going faster than normal, and we can dip out right here. This is my exit. Okay, thanks, bye. Ooh, actually, what is this system? Oh, it's a dual, originating in the Gamma Bowworm star system. This is this place, isn't it? No, it's not. Where is Gamma Bowworm? Gamma Bow. Here? Gamma Bowworm. It's on the other side of the slipstream. We want to check it out. Nah, I'm leaving this stress call alone. Monthly income of 9,000 credits. Not bad. We have monthly expenses that are going up, I'm pretty sure. There we go. New intel. Pirate base for the independent. 40,000 for a pirate base? Are you kidding me? No. Survey a toxic world. And a derelict ship in the same system. That's 100k. To go to the... Basically, going to this system gets us 100k instantly. Shit. What about this one? Oh, that is the place. Good place. Accept. And Turvey Toxic World. Survey that toxic world. Absolutely. Let's pick up on some supplies. And let's head down there. We can pick up pretty much supplies anywhere we want. So let's head to Thule, because we know that they're the cheapest right there. Actually, we can check... I think by doing this, right? Yeah. The best place to buy is currently Kulon. And the best place to sell our domestic goods would be... to... Betis. Where is Betis? In Eos Exodus, it's 8.9 light years to our southwest. Hang on, what was it again? Betis, in the Eos Exodus star system. Eos Exodus, so that's... I mean... We're kind of heading in that direction, right? Because both is down here. Yeah, both is down here. So, I mean, it's kind of in our direction. We can just head down this way. And that would be the best place to sell our current supply. So let's head there. Ooh, what's this? Floating in space. A derelict Mark II destroyer. Don't mind if I do salvage it. I'll take everything. There we go. Ooh, look at that mercantile convoy. See, if you were a pirate out here, look at those tasty, tasty ships. All you gotta do is get past 2 cruisers and a destroyer, and some frigates. Sustained burn, privateer. We'll head down this way. Okay, and Eos Exodus is the next white dwarf. What's in front of us right now? We're in oh god, we're in Luddic space. Oh god, we're in Luddic space. Yeah. Luds are, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? They must have got hit by a storm because they're a merchant convoy, but look how fast they're moving. Survey bombarded world for the Ludic Church. Yeah, I don't really feel like it. EO's Exodus has pirate activity, apparently. That's good to know. Is there anything else going on down in the Both system where I'm going? Very curious. A smuggler. Interesting. There's a bounty down here. 64,000. 2 destroyers. Like, 2 actual combat destroyers, though. Also, dear God, lady. Put on some freaking sunscreen next time you go out and about. Good lord. Or maybe don't put on sunscreen. Let yourself get a tan. Good lord. Let it bombard. Oh, that's way up there. They could. It's not that far out of our way. It is for the Ludic Church. I don't really want to help them. Yeah, let's focus on our mission down here to Both. So let's go ahead, because we don't know how much longer that bounty's going to be there, do we? No, because it wasn't a bounty. It was an exploration mission. It was 2 types of different exploration. Yeah, derelict ship and derelict ship and a planet. So 115 days, 115 days. A slight... No, we're not fighting her. She's got a capital ship as her flagship. No way. A slight detour to go after a bounty might not be bad. If we can pick up like a decent ship here, what do we have? We have... Okay, it's Ludic Church. I didn't realize it was a Ludic Church planet. I'm pretty sure we're not hostile with them. Yeah, it's Ludic Path that's hostile. But where there's Ludic Church, there are frequently Ludic Path as well. The independent planet is 5,300 from there. Oh, we can just look at the star system real quick. Betis is up here in the top left, right here. So this is Basant. Okay, so what we can do with the transverse jump, by the way, is we can turn on our transponder and we can go boop and teleport directly to a planet. Hello, Ludic pilgrims. And boom, we're on their planet. Hello, how you doing? We'd like to trade with you, because I hear that you guys really want domestic goods right now. Oh, even with 30% tariff, look at that money. Hell yeah. Let's also sell off this. Also, you'll notice we can sell this on the open market here if we want. This faction does not mind if we sell them that kind of stuff. Transplutonics. Where's the best place to sell that off right now? Kazaron, actually. It's not worth a ton here. We're getting 58 per unit here, whereas it's worth 168 per unit if we go to Kazaron. That's almost full price. That's actually surprising. It's almost full price. I don't really care that much for that. And volatiles is Nichikita. I'm not terribly worried about that either. These extras, these are just extra. This was the big money. The big money was the domestic goods. But you can see there is money to be made if you buy low and sell high in huge quantities, because you got to deal with that 30% tariff. So there is money to be made there. We can also sell off our survey data, which is worth quite a bit of money. Especially that class 4 and the class 3. Again, there are mods for this game that let AI actually use this information to go colonize planets, but if you don't have those mods, then they won't do anything with them, except give you money. And we'll sell off all these extra weapons. The anti-matter blaster might be good to keep, but I'm okay with selling it. Best assault gun we'll sell. Blast hammer torpedo we'll keep. And we'll go talk to someone in charge, the administrator, and see what they want about the AI core. A fascinating offer. Why, if one of the major factions caught you with these, they might just seize them outright. Tell you what, I'll give you a favor and give you a good price. And yeah, they give 200% the bounty value. So we can sell for 10 grand on the open market, or 20,000 to independence. Hell yes. Now, mind you, we can also use AI cores for other things, but we aren't going to be doing that probably anytime soon. Look at the comp link. Let's trade some. Let's take a look at some ships, shall we? Also, make note that I'm just ignoring the fact that I have the other thing in my inventory. Don't intend to get rid of that anytime soon. I'm probably going to keep that for myself. Eventually. Ooh, not a lot of good ships. I stand corrected. Ooh. These two are very fancy-looking ships. Also, the Tempest. So, the Medusa is a frigate dressed up as a destroyer. It is a fast motherfucker. It's not super fast. It has a top speed of 100, but it's basically a high-tech version of an Enforcer, where it's basically just a wall of guns, and it's very good. It also has the same teleporting ability that the Wolf does, so it's very hard to avoid these things, and they're very good. And they have full coverage around themselves, and their shield is very spinny and very good at spinning around. The Tempest is a wolf on steroids. So the Tempest is another frigate. It has a base top speed of 180. It also comes with a built-in Terminator drone in its fighter bay that can supercharge. Wait, this is new. Supercharge one of the Terminator drones sends after a target. The drone deals 1,200 energy damage and 600 EMP damage impact, and charging it generates 600 flux. Interesting. So instead of keeping the drone on hand to just shoot stuff, it just blows it up and does more damage. For the record, this used to also have the same phase skimming ability that the Wolf does, but it seems it now has something new. That's interesting. I think it's still probably worth buying this thing. They're so good. Tempests are so good. If you're going with Wolfpack tactics, you gotta have Tempests. They're so good. There's a reason it's like nearly triple the price of a Wolf. We're gonna pick this up, and we're not gonna tell the Independents, okay? Okay? Everyone keep your goddamn mouth shut. No one needs to know we bought it. Eh? Shush. Let's see. What else is there that we can buy here? Some mud skippers. Pretty much nothing important. Nothing of importance, I should say. And we can't access the military because they don't like us enough. I wonder why. It's not like we're buying black market ships. I know what we're talking about. If we can refit that real quick. Let's see what we've got available in storage. So we could do the hammer. And that would give it some, real punch down capability. Or we could give it a salamander, which gives it some cheese capability. Because the salamander is the missile that goes after engines, specifically. Oh, it gets 2 Terminator drones now instead of 1. That's fancy. An ion pulsar, you say? Oh, that's tempting. Oh, that's tempting. Oh, I could give it 2. That's very tempting. Alternatively, I could give it an antimatter blaster on the other side. That's the one I just sold. God dang it. That's funny. Yeah. If I give it the Swarmer, that's more of a... It's for anti-small stuff. The Ion Pulsar does just a bonkers amount of damage. That's very tempting. Let's go with the Antimatter Blaster and the Salamander. And we don't have an officer to assign to it. We could assign our other officer to it, or I could pilot it. I do enjoy piloting bigger ships, but I could fly the Tempest. I actually have a video on this channel. If you go and find it, I believe it's called ... And it is me flying a Tempest at maximum speed in an earlier version of the game, with a maxed out character with maxed out hull mods on a ship to be at maxed out speed. And I believe its total speed, I think its top speed was something like 600. I literally was fast enough to phase through enemy ships through sheer force of will. It was pretty ridiculous. It's very entertaining to watch. Also got copyright struck like the hell out of it because it has multiple copyright songs in it because I made it like 10 years ago. Anyway, yeah, let's absolutely do... I think this is a good combo. We got cheese, we got anti-shield, and anti-everything. Well, anti-everything, really. If they don't have shields, we cruise around with this, knock out their engines, and then the antimatter blaster is used to pop them. This is essentially a missile that is reloadable up to 20 times. It's really deadly. It's really deadly. Also, the Salamander is actually a missile that does reload itself over time. It is an infinite missile. So there is a strategy to be had of stacking a ton of these things together on like missile boats and just having a wall of missiles go after people. But they don't do a ton of damage. So notice they only do 100 damage, but they do 1,500 EMP damage. They're designed to go after engines. Let's definitely take a gander here at other things we can... What's the range of the Ion Pulsar? 500. 400. I think I'd be stupid to not do this one. That's not stupid at all. And if we give it hardened subsystems, that also means it'll stay in combat a little bit longer, even though it has the override. Also, unstable injection would be kind of funny. How fast can we make this thing? Let's take a look at the simulation real quick. What does this thing look like right now? Let's just throw it out here. What is this thing speed? It is 305. Holy shit. That's a little fast. It's a little bit. It is really short range, though. Look how short range those weapons are now. Oh, but 305 speed. Oh, it's such a good chaser, or at least it would be. So tempting. 305. That's insane. 89 seconds. It has peak performance time of 89 seconds. That's with hardened subsystems, keeping it, like, up a little bit further. And Wolfpack tactics, actually, now I think about it. Oh, it doesn't have an officer. Hold on. End simulation. So if I give it an officer, let's do myself. Run simulation. That'll let Wolfpack tactics apply. 118 seconds. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, with me in the pilot seat, it does 328. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to use it in this simulation, because nothing can outrun that. Nothing. That is the fastest I've seen a Tempest be since the old broken version of the game. Oh, man. Or older version of the game, let me put it that way. Like, also just for comparison purposes. Oh, I'm behind them. That's unfair. Let me just, as a comparison here, let me just fly towards him. I would definitely need gunnery implants, because look how I'm not hitting anything. Okay, let me take command of the guns instead. God, this thing is horrible to fly. No, that's really hard to hit anything with. Wow. I mean, it's doable. It's just really hard. Oh, also, there's no active flux venting, so I gotta remember to turn my shield off. That's crazy, though. And because safety overrides, it can fly at top speed with its shield on. That's absolutely bonkers. That's kind of tempting, I'm not gonna lie, to use it myself as like a chaser ship. Yeah, let's end the simulation. Oh my goodness, that's tempting. That's very, very tempting. Also, if for any reason you go above 70, you do get bonuses to your speed, but like speed, damage taken, damage dealt, refit time, auto fire accuracy. At 100%, you have excellent. So you can only get to 100% if you have a select group of stats. For example, mine goes to 70, right? So it's +0 across the board. If you were to put 100% into combat simulation there, I'm very curious how if I'd be able to hit someone with the ion pulsar if flying by them at full speed. 346 speed. At 100% combat readiness, this thing has 346 speed. Oh, actually it did hit them. Oh, neat. Also, we can also just slow down and just go boop, and drop a missile directly on their face. Just because we can go at full speed doesn't mean we have to go at full speed. I think I'm gonna make it this way. I can change it later if I don't like it, but I'm gonna keep this like this. So to go over this, we've got an extra 50 speed from the safety overrides. It's increasing the flux dissipation rate by 2. It allows the zero flux engine boost to take effect regardless of flux level, which means we can keep our shield on and keep use our flux boost, which means we get the zero flux boost at all times. It reduces our peak performance time by a factor of 3. It prevents the active use of venting and reduces weapon range past 450 units, which is only this gun and the missile. The hardened subsystems, which increases peak operating time, suffers from degraded performance from extended deployment by 50%, and reduces the rate at which combat readiness degrades by 25% once it reaches that point, once it starts degrading combat readiness. And then an extra 25% speed, and an extra 15% weapon range reduction. That's hilarious. I fucking love this. That's very stupid. I love that a lot. Okay, as a combat ship, it's not the most amazing thing, but it is very stupid, and I love it. Let's pick up some supplies. Probably want like 175 supplies, because we've got money out the ass right now. Let's grab all the fuel they can sell us, and all the fuel they can sell us, quote unquote. Did we have a... Let's look at the range real quick. We add on our... We need to go to the map. And add on the fuel range of the sector map. Okay, so our missions down here are both. We can get there and back again. The bounty is over here in Cadmus. If we would have got like a fuel tanker, we'd be able to do both. Or as it is, we'd be able to do one and then get there, but we wouldn't have enough fuel. Might not have enough fuel to get back. Unless we find some extra fuel. There's not a fuel tanker available, is there? There is a destroyer-sized fuel tanker. What do you have? Increased maintenance. Nope. And increased maintenance. Why increased maintenance? Why you gotta do this to me, game? Why you gotta give me, like, the one thing I really don't want on a civilian ship? Got degraded drive fuel and erratic fuel injector, which makes it cost more fuel to run. But it is a fuel tanker, and we slap drive field modifier on it. That gets it up to 10 easy. Okay. That's doable, and we can afford that. It's only 9,000 credits. Let's pick this guy up. Let's refit you. Let's refit you with logistics. Requires dock. There we go. Let's do augmented drive field and auxiliary fuel tanks. Go back, and we'll increase your vents and things because I don't really care about the rest of it. So logistics hull mods are the only ones that can affect things outside of combat, and they are you can only do 2 of them at a time, or on any given ship. That's why I'm like 2, and the rest doesn't matter. Just as an explanation for that. And now it has a maximum burn speed of 10. Oh yeah, and a fuel capacity of 390. It is a little bit more expensive to maintain. It's 3 instead of 2, but that's okay. Because I believe year 2, right? Oh, year 4. Why are you 4? Because you're civilian grade hull? Oh, for civilian grade hulls also increases maintenance supply use. Oh, I see. Said the blind man. I see. I didn't realize that was a thing. The logistics mods on civilian grade hulls increases maintenance. Okay, that's not the worst thing, because now we're going to expend our fuel range significantly by picking up a little bit more fuel. We can't buy anything from the military. They have fuel there as well. We're going to pick up a little bit more supplies. Just because I can. And we still have 150,000 credits. Is there any other, like, ships here I want to buy? We could check with the Luddic Path. Now, my Luddic Path probably wouldn't be very useful, but we could. We can actually check. Actually, one thing that might be really useful is check the comm directory to see if there is a officer available. There is not. Speaking of officers, if we go back to Intel real quick. Not planets. Where is it? It's under crew? No. Fleet. A man. There we go. We go to... Sorry about that. I had to sneeze a couple times. So, your monthly salary is 20,000. Oh, you're really good. Energy supply one more unit of all commodities they produce. Ooh, you're really good. But you cost me 20 grand and I don't have a colony, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Simon. Just assume we basically just dropped him off at the planet. You know, that's what we did. We just dropped him off at the planet. Why does it say I have a colony on Ankria? The fuck? Oh, because I have storage there. Right. Repair your ship at the dockyard. Requires 1 supply. And let's look at the other ships in this other place in the system. So the Luddic Church size 7 on Tartarus, and size 5 that are the military, but we don't really care that much about the military. Let's go check out Tartarus, and also hope that they didn't notice the fact that we did some trading on the black market there. Yeah, they did. Your speed is 8. My speed is 10. Pretty sure I can get away from you just fine. Oh, they're emergency burning. I think he's gonna be upset with us. Yeah, I don't think we're getting away from him unless he impacts something in the asteroid field. Yeah, that's what I thought. Attention, your fleet matches the profile of a suspected smuggler posted by Betis authorities. You're hereby ordered to submit to a cargo scan. Talk our way out of it, or allow the scan. We have nothing illegal. Allow the scan. In a brief wait, the independent detachment transmits the scan results. No contraband or suspicious cargo found. Captain Enki Deneb looks vaguely displeased. Well, everything looked clean this time. The comm link is cut before we have a chance to respond. That's because we traded on the black market, but we only traded in legal goods and ships, so they didn't get too upset with us, and we didn't activate like our sustained burn or emergency burn to get away from them, so they didn't get upset with us. Analyze domain air probe. That doesn't happen to be into where we're going, does it? No, it's not. It's way out the way. Tartarus Station. Let's take a gander. An old Tartarus station. See what they got. So first of all, pick up all the fuel we can carry. Excellent. And we'll pick up some ships. Let's look at their ships. They've got tankers and super freighters. A manticore? The hell is this thing? Is this new? This might be new, because I've never seen this before. Huh. Frontier officers for the ability to rapidly bring firepower to bear in any small engagements, and loathed by domain strategic planners for interfering with the orderly schema of official fleet doctrine. Delightful. Oversized primary weapon mount and built-in rangefinder. Excuse me? Ballistic rangefinder built in. And it has a large ballistic. Oh, it's a low-tech version of a Sunder. Okay. Neat. This is what I was looking for, is a cargo ship of some type. Oh, look, tankers. Oh my god, they have so many tankers. Why didn't I come here? Let's see. They have a cruiser with a million hull defects on it. Big cruiser. Very tempting. Ooh, an enforcer. That's very tempting. Ooh, they have a pristine manticore, although it does have pirates. It has pirate paint job. It's a maximum burn of 9. So in my fleet, that would be 10, regardless, because I have the navigation bonus. I mean, I think that qualifies as a Wolfpack status, although an enforcer is a lot of guns facing forwards. Canister flak. Fires a large number of flak canisters with a variable timed proximity fuses all around the ship. Each canister deals 200 high explosive damage in area and is targeted to avoid friendly fire. Interesting. It's a low-tech ship with an Omni shield. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Although, I do know that they have a Shrike available for sale. With, pirate paint. Yup. That's tempting. Oh my god, they have an Omen. They have more wolves. They have so many ships. Holy moly, they have an Ox. I don't need an Ox. An Ox is literally a tugboat that increases the drive field of your entire fleet. When you have one in there. I believe it increases it by increasing the lowest. Yeah. It's rare to see more than one of the two of them in a fleet. Yeah, exactly. Because they're stupidly expensive to run. Is that a normal... Is that a pristine kite? No, it's not. It's just a normal kite. Oh man, extra wolf and omen, that's tempting. So wolf, we've seen that before. It's the small ship we have that has a lot of guns on it. Omens are EMP ships. They have a few guns on them themselves, but what they have is they're essentially a giant flying EMP bomb. And it is very good against ships with no shields. It's very, very good against missiles and fighter craft. Having it in the fleet would be really good to send in against, like, unarmed, unshielded frigates and stuff like that. And fighters and missile spammers, like a carrier. Send this thing against a carrier, it'll just laugh there and destroy all of its fighters with giant EMPs. It's so good. That said, we could also pick up a Manticore, a Shrike, or an Enforcer. I've never seen the Manticore before. What's its top speed? 80? 100 on the Shrike, 60 on the Enforcer. We're going for fast, right? We've got the Hammerheads for being tanks. The Enforcer's a bit of a tank, I'm not gonna lie. Shrike is 8 maintenance per month, 9 maintenance. The Shrike is the lowest maintenance out of these? Really? Really? The Shrike is the lowest maintenance out of all of these. I guess it does have the smallest amount of guns comparatively. I mean, this one's packing a capital ship-sized weapon. And a ballistic rangefinder that gives it God knows how much range. It's 12 supplies per day, though. Or per month. Not per day. If it was per day, I'd not be buying that ship. That's ridiculous. It's tempting. Brawler's not a bad ship, honestly. It's not a bad pickup for a wolf pack. Because it's a tough little shit up front. An extra wolf would not be bad, although we're running out of, like, weapons to put on these things. Let's pick up the wolf. Wolf... Shrike, Manticore, or Enforcer. It's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. I think we will refit the wolf while we think about this. Oh, they have no energy weapons available. That's a problem. We'll slap on the hammer, another hammer. You have no energy weapons, period. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. What do they have for weapons here? Nothing. They have nothing for weapons here. They have some hellbores. That's about it. Ooh. That's another thing, is we could buy the Manticore, but would we be able to outfit the Manticore is the question. That's a good question. Let's bring it up to full repair. We'll buy a couple more supplies. We'll pick up as much fuel as we can carry, and we will leave. They don't have any ships here guarding it, so we didn't do anything in the black market. Don't worry about it. Hi, you're just a random detachment. We're going to sustain burn over to the other planet that has the military station and see if they've got any better guns. The planet's called Lucifer? It is called Lucifer. They have a warning planet on that radiated world. Interesting. Is that a pirate? Pursuing mercenary scout. They might have pirates here. They just interdicted someone in the areas, which hit us too. Let's refit this and see if they've got anything here. Point defense lasers. That's it. They've only got one. Okay, that's not good. What do they have as far as ships go? The Knights of Lud. That's their military. There's their military. They got more Manticores. A Shrike. We could buy another Shrike. Or a different Shrike, I should say. Another Omen. Another Wolf. It's tempting, but what will we outfit it with? We've got no weapons for the other Wolf. We have all of the Wolves, but none of the weapons for the Wolves. We could grab a Buffalo. Having another Buffalo as a freighter is not a bad idea. And this one's pristine. They don't have a pristine Buffalo for normal sale, do they? So I really don't want to piss off a faction where there's a bunch of Knights of Lud all around us. Let's grab this for the moment. That's fine. We'll stock up on fuel and a little bit of supplies. And a little bit of extra crew. We'll sell off some heavy machinery because we don't need that much. And then, air this thing and pause. Who's coming after us? No one's coming after us. Okay. And we can't... Oh, we can't traverse them because someone just did an interdiction. Shit. We're just going to fly away as quickly as possible because there's a fight going on and we're just going to leave. We don't want to interfere with whatever they're doing over there. They just do whatever they want over there. Where's this one? Out of curiosity. It's way off in the other direction. Okay. Let's head over to our destination, shall we? Oh shit, it is way past time to end stream. I got caught up in playing this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think next time on stream is when we'll head over there. I have a request. If anyone catches this in this part of the stream, if you want a ship named after you, or I don't know if I can name officers, but I can definitely name ships. If you want a ship named after you, leave your comment down below, and I will name a ship after you. And also, please choose a ship. Let's go with some good names. If you have a fun name for a ship, I'm only going to choose one per comment, so let me know. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant morning, afternoon, evening, and good night.